did Parmesan and basil.
I think chat's gonna be asking you in a bit what exactly it is that you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, I'm on Polly's head today.
Yeah, because you were in Tyrone's head the previous round, so I had to put you in somewhere. Otherwise, you're gonna be levitating.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably the other one.
We're partners, Polly. Oh my gosh, let's take over the world.
At least for now, until we get your model and everyone else's.
You like pika.
Oh man. So hello everybody. Hello, how y'all doing? We were busy prepping up for tonight. KG, we got news. Stone Steven is returning. What the shit?
What?
Wait, what? Really?
What the hell? When did this come out? Did we actually get new Pokemon information on the night of the pod?
Did we break the curse? Is it over?
Is it finally out now? The curse is finally done?
I thought it was going to be about a certain person's bow missing. But we'll get to that.
No, not this Pika bow, by the way. But there.
Okay.
So hold on a second, because I don't think I have this the thing for spoiler, do I, for the roll? So
it's in general.
It's in general. Who
posted
posted it in generals?
I posted in general.
I thought you meant the Discord general. Okay.
No, not that. Not general. No, not that one.
Okay, because I was about to say I had to delete those images real quick.
Wait, can you?
Oh
can you hear me?
You're right. Wait.
Wow.
Come back. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, look at that. They're saying Steven's coming back.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is supposed to be their way to, like, I guess, celebrate the 25th anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, because look, you see the Alola cast up there with their JN designs up there at the top left.
Even Tracy? Because they're saying check.
No. They're saying, like, they're just checking through the
this
characters.
is just, I mean, this is just basically, those are old screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
And comeback are referring to characters that appeared in
something.
Yeah.
Anipoke, maybe.
That's why you see, like, the comeback for Iris is like that one from the one she appeared in, and then the Volkner one is the one from the battle that they had in the PWC. However, the Steven one is completely brand new. That's never been utilized in any way, shape, or form in the JN series. Hey,
so
look, they're using.
You guys gonna get some AG representation.
I guess theoretically, I always assumed that character to be mainly what you call it X and Y, because that's where he really kind of blew up. In all honesty. But
I wonder if he's gonna keep his. I wonder if he's gonna keep his shiny Metagross.
He has to. That's his signature. that's his signature mon. Like the anime made it that way. And in the specials, too. So, it would be weird to suddenly get a normal Metagross again. These are new, just to let people know what exactly is going on. We got some new, not new screenshots, but new magazine releases. Pages celebrating the 25th anniversary. And amongst all of them, we got this cool, neat-looking poster that shows... Ash, Tokyo, Go, and Gary looking at a map of some sort. Honestly, I like that quad group. So I'm just saying. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So nothing else really has been shown on that aspect there. What else?
What the hell is this?
Oh no, just Steven Stone confirmed to return.
Wait, why and how?
The magazine scan just says he's coming back. That's all.
It literally just says he's coming back vaguely like that?
Yeah, just come back. That's it.
What?
I mean, you can look at it too. It's in general in the Night server.
No, I see it. I'm saying, like, I don't know.
Yeah, most he got revealed in this and not in a trailer.
Not even just that. Most of the returns had more going for him. This just says come back? What? That doesn't... I don't know.
No. The context is they're showing...
Sort of lame.
No, this is a 25th anniversary kind of like retrospective, and they're showing.
It's lamer.
Yeah, but you don't know what the whole context is anyway. But
know it or not, my physical eyes still work. They work just fine, and I'm sorry, just saying come back. And fucking Steven versus all the other comebacks we've seen that have at least got opening reveals or trailers, this sucks.
You say that right now, buddy, but at least this character was confirmed to come back, whereas there's that one rumor that's been circulating the web these past couple of days.
I'm talking about the characters we've gotten so far that have come back. Like, we saw Iris and Gary come back in a cool little opening sequence. We saw Paul come back in the opening with his hair flying in the thing next to the mountains. We saw fucking, in a trailer, we saw fucking, who else did we see in the trailers?
The Alola cast.
Oh yeah, we saw the Alola cast come back. We saw Karina show up in a trailer one time. Like that would, like, as much as I don't like really when the characters come back in this series because they're not represented well, at least they were given some like proper representation when they came back. Or they do the other thing where it's a surprise when they come back, and then you see a character that comes back and you didn't even know they were gonna come back. It's like, oh shit, I didn't even know he was gonna show up, like Chuck. But then you got this, and it's lame.
Yeah, there's like no... Well, I'm assuming the reason why is because I'm guessing that when he finally finishes the other fight soon, with whoever is going to beat that, where he knocks out to the top 8, that's when Steven gets revealed.
Honestly, and I know this is almost impossible because of the goddamn thing that people look at where they do the voices. I wish they did a thing where we wouldn't know that the characters come back until they show up in the episode. That would be fucking dope.
Unfortunately, internet and culture and all that is impossible to...
I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if you guys remember but back in Johto, when you saw a character come back from like Kanto, you're like, oh fuck, that character? Yeah, I remember that. But we didn't have any like know-how beforehand, so it was surprising when they came back. It's one of the reasons I talk about Duplica a lot. She's not important in the grand scheme of things, but when you see her again, you go, oh yeah, that's right, she's from season 1.
Mm-hmm. But to be fair, as well, internet as well wasn't.
Yeah. Let's just dial it back for a second. When I started in 04 and 05, trying to get Japanese information was trying to like freaking suck a drink through the tiniest straw in the piece of the world, because the internet back then you didn't really have, and plus digital cameras were shit. Yeah, and you'll be lucky if you get VGA resolution with freaking like tons and tons of noise, and then you had to know people, and it's like the internet, and there was no place to share it because there really wasn't anything, unless if you were like. I still
feel like there's a physical way to do it. Just hide them from the voice thing in the credits until after the episode airs, and also make the trailers show shots of Ash going the others, and not the character coming back.
I'm comparing two different time frames here. We're talking about when I first came here versus now, where we have people don't have potato cameras on phones anymore, or potato cameras on devices, and you have all the social media stuff. Things spread like wildfire, and of course, people that leak shit. I mean, we've had the issue with leakers now for like the last, I'd say, 10 years or so. But back then in like the mid 2000s, we had nothing like that. So it's a different culture that we live in now, and that's something that we just have to face. We have to.
This whole Steven Stone thing, we weren't even supposed to know about it. This shit leaked.
I feel like there's an adapt and evolve situation that can go over that.
Like how?
Really.
In this current era,
where people just fucking like leak the shit out of things 5 days before the damn magazine comes out. You can't stop that. The only way you can stop it is, okay, you could fire the one person, but when you fire one person, 8 more people come.
That's like saying once the first lockpick was invented, there's no point in inventing locks anymore.
What?
Yeah.
What? You're talking about physical versus digital, buddy.
No, my point is, if there's
what kind of logic is that?
Digital security can increase.
For what? For what? You have freaking what? For what? You have freaking WireGuard and freaking Zero Tier now, where people can't even freaking.
I'll give an example. I'll give an example. Actually, remember KG when we saw the other Megavolt opening and we didn't even know that was going to happen?
No, but that's also because they never talked about it or addressed it.
Aha! So there's a thing here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Were you trying to speak before?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This new Blue Yeti microphone.
Ollie, how are you fucking up on the Blue Yeti?
I don't know. What?
All you have to do is just plug it in. It's kind of self-explanatory.
No. I went through this process a couple weeks ago. No,
You're still in the
it's not as
process,
easy.
Emmy.
I'm still in the process.
Okay, well, sorry. Yeah.
You're alive. Don't worry.
No, you sound better now, Polly.
Yeah,
There we go.
See, okay. What were we getting back? Oh yeah, internet culture sucks with leaks.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So unfortunately, this is the way we learned about it. I'm kind of assuming. Wait, when does this drop specifically? This magazine? Well, did it drop today in Japan?
Let's see.
It's a PokeFan, I believe.
Pokemon Fan.
I think it is.
Well, Pokemon Fan doesn't come out, and well, it actually did come out a few days ago. Let me just quickly look on CD Japan really fast.
Okay, I'm not sure exactly where this came from. All I'm just assuming is, but the point is, this whole thing was based on the 25th.
It can't be Pokemon Fan because the next one would have came out at the end of this month. Because Pokemon Fan Volume 78 should be coming out at the end of April. Maybe.
Okay, let me double check.
Maybe like Terebi-kun or something. I don't know. Because Terebi-kun came out on the 31st, but if this is a magazine that isn't supposed to come out yet, then maybe it's supposed to come out in the coming days. But who knows? I don't know what magazine this is. If this is from Pokemon Fun Volume 78, then that means that this is like 4 weeks early.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because actually it probably would have released.
It's kind of sad when you think about it.
Oh, they just said, I don't know where we got this from.
Like, it
just
almost feels like the community's on a desperate attempt at this point.
Well, not really. It's just more so
attention.
we got this. Now we know about it. We're not even the ones hunting for this shit. It just came to us.
No,
That's
Serena
the internet culture.
are.
But hey, look at this. I guess that means the Masters 8 is just going to be filled with nothing but champions and that one gym leader, I guess.
And then one gym leader.
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I expected that because it's champions. I mean, they're the highest tiers, but at the same time, I was hoping for diversity.
Yeah, I was going to say the idea that I liked behind the World Tournament is that, yes, there's champions in it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be the end-all, be-all. I like the idea of exploration that shows that anyone, they even say it at the beginning during the Ash and Viscus thing when Ash and Go are running to the gym so that Ash can fight Viscus. Anyone can join. So potentially you got different matchups, mix-ups. Anybody could be in the Masters 8, just based off circumstance and rankings alone. Trainers may have different strategies. Trainers may be able to adjust to different situations, use different Pokemon to give them advantages in fights that they wouldn't have had. Like, for example, when Volkner actually did better in his second fight with Ash because he's allowed to switch out Pokemon now, whereas a gym leader, he could not. So I can understand that. Right, so I can understand that Volkner is debatably better than an Elite Four. Hell, I always thought that
they even mentioned he's on equal par with them. So
yeah, I've always thought that he's better than Flint in my brain. But that's just how
they've been treating Flint dirty in the anime. So
Flint sucks. Yeah, Flint is a terrible trainer, sadly, based on the anime. But yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Having all champions. Okay. Having all champions in the Masters 8, that shrinks the scope of the world, makes everything a little too coincidental.
And the problem is, and the thing is though, if you're expecting something that isn't plot convenient, go watch a fucking MMA shoot fight.
Now, I can assume...
No, okay. I'm not gonna fucking, I'm not gonna do that.
Because let me tell you this, I was gonna save this for that, but I'm gonna tell you right now. This actually matches the plot conveniences that are at the contemporary, such as, the newest Duel Masters series, including Duel Masters King and also Puzzledora, where you have the story written to have plot convenience, and it actually matches the contemporaries now, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's the way the freaking... And by the way, those two are also OLM anime as well. So it's kind of sad if you think about it, but that's the sad state of affairs that we live in, where late 2010s, early 2020s anime are fucking cookie cutter now.
Shit. I was going to say, the only answer I can give as a response to that Steven Stone comeback, the only logical thing I could say is that he's not actually in the Masters 8. That's just a flashback that they're using to give confirmation about why the hell Wallace is no longer champion of Hoenn. and now Steven Stone became the face of Hoenn. So they're just trying to like tie those loose ends in the series.
Unless they mention like the flare thing with Greninja coming back. Because Stephen was
that could be it too.
Part of that whole thing.
Yeah, but I don't know how they could incorporate that because Stephen wasn't really much with Ash per se.
The thing I also want to mention is that on the bottom, because of course people didn't translate this yet, but I'll do my best here and I'll read some of the stuff here because it mentions on the bottom here. Let me see. It's in that. Let's see. So he's in. So it mentions the Hoenn region contest master Mikuri, and meeting up and within. Because I can't read the freaking kanji here because it's freaking low resolution, but it mentions contest master Mikuri in the comeback. In the comeback frame.
Okay,
now.
so he might just be a flashback scene. So that just could be the case there.
Yeah.
Where they'll just they'll pretty much give confirmation as to Steven really being the full true champion of Hoenn. Something we've already established in X and Y, but they need to confirm what the hell happened to Wallace.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to read the thing that's beneath the picture. So
yeah, so I assumed it, and I kind of got it with that one. First try, idiot. There we go. Oh man, but no, in all sincereness though, I have no idea where they're gonna go with Steven's character. Is he just simply a flashback, or are they actually gonna incorporate him further into the storyline of the PWC? That's something we'll have to wait and find out when that episode drops. At the same time, I guess we should talk about that real quick because the episode is notoriously getting hyped. And also very, very concerning too, which is the one that's coming out next week. So let me address this real quick because if you guys follow your anti-poke media right now, these past couple of days, it's been very Serena-centric. From Tyrone, you would know this one, the whole coat scene in X and Y, where he shoves the backpack and coat to Serena in the final gym battle, which was sparking controversy. And then the second thing that's happening is that supposedly, and just to clarify, chat, this is not a leak or anything. This is just simply a rumor. However, this rumor is supposedly coming from a particular person who has been known and has accurately given the correct predictions towards future events that have went down in Journeys. And this said person had also said it as well during the April 1st X and Y event. Yes, apparently Serena is coming back in one of the weirdest way possibles.
Stupid.
And it's happening apparently this Friday.
Stupid.
So, according to what once again, this is simply a rumor. There's no true concrete confirmation on that. It's just simply something that was said by the person who has been accurate with past leaks and all that. And people were assuming it was an April Fool's joke because the person tweeted it out on April 1st. At the same time, when does Antipoke begin, airing its shit? On April 1st. And then the person followed up the following day, I think, saying, no, this isn't a joke. This is legit. So, yes, supposedly in some way, shape, or form, Serena is expected to make some form of an appearance in the next episode.
PNG, let's go, and then get the fuck out.
Yeah, it could be a PNG or that Sylveon, that we saw in the preview for the upcoming episode belongs to her.
Like a care lesson.
Which would explain the whole reunion part of the title.
Eb Omnitrix's comment is the exact problem right now. I just need a PNG. This shit is pathetic. God damn. What has Journey's done to you people? Like, God, I have never seen anything so actually sad in my life.
Do you want us to say I want a full-blown animated?
Please. Like, oh, God, this is embarrassing.
I haven't been on Bubble Garden in late 2005, early 2006.
Tyrone, let me put it this way. Would you want
just had a whole animated episode about Charmander.
Tyrone, would you want a full-blown episode with Serena, or would you that could potentially hurt her character development like two certain characters we had, or would you rather have a PNG file that simply represents the characters that came for the past.
Neither. I want Journeys to last on its own 2 fucking feet for once.
He said, "See, none
But
of the
they're not
above."
like, see, the PNG file, that's
Show
not
sucks
hurting
so
the
badly it
characters.
can't even carry itself. It needs other shows to do it for it.
How exactly does a PNG file go further with that, buddy?
No, but here's the thing though. Okay, like I get the whole thing because I've heard that argument too. But with the PNG file for Serena, and I mean just for Serena, people dude, do you want to see that stuff?
Also, it's
Lieutenant Serge got it. Tracy got it. Brock got it.
Also, it's inconsistent. The first time Ash views himself along with Clemont and Bonnie, Serena's missing. Now all of a sudden she's showing up? That's stupid. And like I said, the show needs to last on its own 2 fucking feet. Like, I'm all down for characters coming back once the show has established its own characters, but we're in episode 104 and we're praising the fact that fucking Dracovish and Surfetch are getting along now. This is bullshit.
Well, I feel like Tracy had the PNG just because his
And that's your
voice actor
opinion.
is,
Yeah.
is that
And I
just
can
not
disagree with it
active
all
anymore.
I want.
What was I gonna say?
Okay, so TSS was accurate with what he said before about that the pic is indeed from a flashback, says that he pops up as a conversation
Bingo!
topic between Ash and Wallace.
Bingo.
So Steven's
Next.
not. So yeah, once again,
Who
look
got
at
bingo?
that. It doesn't tarnish what Steven has done in the X and
Yeah,
Y
but
series.
it's also a big whole. The show's doing a big. Remember this? Remember this? Remember? Like, okay, fine, whatever. Like the other show, like freaking even Sun and Moon didn't do that a lot. Like Sun and Moon, when it brought back callbacks, it brought it back, and they didn't even like lament over it. It was like, oh, that happened. Yeah, that's right.
No, but like, okay, let me put it this way. How is it hard? Because like, first of all, he's the face of Hoenn. So he has to at least be acknowledged if you're in the region of Hoenn. You can't just simply ignore that aspect of it.
Basically turned into the Family Guy of fucking Pokemon. Now, this is worse than the time that this happened.
No, they're just saying he's the champion. They're not saying, oh, he's here partaking in the Masters 8, or, oh, here, he was in Kalos saving the world. No, they're just
Steven.
saying
I'm
he's
talking
just...
about Serena.
No, I'm in this moment, I was talking about Steven. Remember, Serena is the speculation.
I wouldn't complain if they didn't mention Steven. I don't care. I want the show to focus on itself.
It's
that is, though. Because if we're in Hoenn, we need clarification for what the hell happened for Wallace's character to progress that story forward, knowing that Steven's the champion of Hoenn. There needs to be some form of explanation for that. If you completely neglect that, it's going to seem a little odd-putting that you take out one important aspect of a character that you've written down early in the series.
Like I said, I don't care about Steven. I'm talking about Serena.
Once again, Serena is a rumor. It's not confirmed. We don't know that. We're also talking about right now with Wallace's character. I mentioned it specifically when we cited back to Wallace. That was just simply Wallace's story. Serena right now, at this current moment, nobody has any true definitive answer as to whether she will come back or not, or whether she will be a PNG file or full-blown episode and taking up entirety of it with Lycia and Wallace. No, like nobody knows that. The only real answer we got is just that Steven's coming. That's it.
Hold
Now,
on.
and for Serena, honestly, I could care less because, like, if they bring her as a PNG file, great. I'm happy with that, I guess, because at least it's not going to do anything that could neglect.
People will, at least that will drive about 75 people to make fan art, so that's fine.
Although, this is going to be the funniest shit, though, when Tyrone sees this, because supposedly they changed, according to these rumors, they changed Serena's character up. In a way that might, well, not in terms of like personality, but I'm referring more so in terms of character design.
But see, I think that's a good thing.
So
because it alludes to
it alludes to her growth, that her whole being independent thing that she established.
Oh, that thing that Paul doesn't get, even though they shamelessly brought him back.
We'll get into that soon, but here's the thing with Serena. They're straight up saying that blue ribbon that was attached to her since the second act of X and Y. Apparently that ribbon's not going to be in there no more. They completely removed the blue ribbon.
Oh,
Now that's an actual problem. That design-wise, that's a real problem.
So yeah, supposedly in terms of she removed
because
the ribbon
that blue ribbon has some sentimental value. That's not just a ribbon.
Yeah,
that's integral to her character.
Okay, I have to ask chat. What do you guys feel? Just write yay or nay in the chat. Do you think that decision, if this is true, that they removed Serena's ribbon, is a good thing? So I just need to hear this from chat as well. Moo. Okay, great response, buddy.
Thank you, Goggles.
Yeah, so apparently the ribbon's no longer being worn by Serena's. So I guess that's the whole independent thing. Because now she really went full blown independent because she's like, I ain't gotta trust this guy's shit no more. Just yoink that shit out of my character design. Once again,
this ribbon is heavy. This is heavy on my character. She goes to the end of
show his ass,
riverbank and just cuts it off.
The way I'm sensing it is maybe she's not going to be a PNG file. And she's actually going to have a role in being a mentor to Koharu.
No,
wasn't that Dawn's thing though?
Yeah, wasn't that Dawn's thing?
No,
that's not going to work.
Koharu specifically is going to make the decision to do contests. I don't know. It depends on if this episode is a one-off, like, oh, I'm just going to try contests for the day. Or if she then ultimately...
We're in the hundreds, by the way.
We both have EVs. We
both have EVs. I mean, okay, Polly, to go off what you just said, here's the thing, right? With, having a mentor for Koharu, I'm so sorry, that's going to sound horrible, but it's what's the point? This character is relevant when it wants to be. So it's just what's the point of developing Koharu when she doesn't even appear as often as we want her to? She doesn't get the development consistently. It's kind of just there's no point. So it's even if they were to bring back Serena for her, are you really bringing it? Is it really character development, or is it just? Let's be honest. Are people going to focus on Koharu?
No. I've been saying this for years now.
No, exactly. I'm saying Koharu and Go are kind of like a lost cause at this point, and that's
now the truth. Thank you, Polly. She just said it.
I'm saying it not in favor of Koharu. I'm saying it's more in favor of Serena not being
you're absolutely right. No.
Emmy has a great point though.
Yeah, you're bringing up my exact point that I brought a year and a half ago, and nobody listened.
I'm still not listening, but whatever.
Also, I did listen. I was just banking on just shit to happen.
I like
even recently with the whole with the shit that's been happening, it feels like Ghost just sort of been sitting there. He caught a froakie. Yay.
Hey, they updated the opening, man. That's character development right there.
He caught a froakie and then sat down and watched Ash do. This is literally what the show does when it has nothing left. They bring back an old character, they have a bunch of exposition spewed on the go with no context, and he's supposed to sit there and go, Ash knew people. And then that's it. Man, this is some bullshit. Or they go the other way around with Koharu and they make her significantly better than Dawn by having Evie fucking kill shit that Piplup just couldn't for some reason. Man, this is ass.
Well, Tyrone, that's I think people agree with you. And here's the thing too, I think TSS has said this too. The problem with Journeys is that it's trying to do too much at once.
Yes.
To the point where things are going to suffer. Right? So in this case, I completely agree with you.
I would still watch it for the characters, but not in order. Not in
if I have to rewatch Journeys, I ain't doing this shit all through.
You did not say, but you did not say the thing that I said, which is not watching it in order.
You're no more important than I am. I said this shit 1 year ago and no one listened.
No, once again, everybody did listen. We knew what we were getting into. We're already too far deep into it to stop, Tyrone.
We're on episode 138, Obsession of the PokePod World podcast. Also, KG, you never introduced it, which is really
No, you guys are PNG files down there. Y'all see them? There's a Pikachu. There's a girl with a world cap. There's a number 3 dude.
Canada's screen. It doesn't matter.
And there's TSS.
And then
there's Nessa somewhere out there. She's somewhere.
I'm hiding.
Emmy is our Canadian Kermit when it comes to the yelling now.
Yeah.
I had to watch Polly cry because of what they did to Butch and Cassie.
Actually, no, you didn't because you weren't there for the reaction.
Well, maybe if Kevin uploaded that reaction to YouTube.
I can't because that shit got copyright.
I wasn't up for the reaction night. KG, you're right. I wasn't up for the reaction night. She sent me messages.
Yeah, and I had to hear her speak about her sadness in that in person, bro. Yeah. And I felt in that moment.
I took it upon myself to message her personally and go, Polly, what did you think of this? And then she sent me a whole thing about how Journeys basically bent her over
Yeah.
and decided to act like God behind her.
No, that's literally, yep.
Yeah,
It makes you feel better. I think most of us were mad for like the next 2 weeks at Journeys because of that. They hurt you, so therefore they hurt us. So I know I was one of those people.
Sadness.
I was like, yo, I'm mad.
Sadness
Bro.
all
so
around.
nice to me.
She's the comfort chew. That's why she's on top of your head
Exactly.
right now. Exactly. She's
Yeah.
And I'm immune
like,
to
yeah.
pain
I
because
think
listen to
Tyrone might
I've
need
listened
some
to
help
bad
right now.
vocal
Come
gigs
through.
all the
watched
time.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
It's
watched
weird.
KG. I watched KG get disappointed by the disrespect that Pikachu Z move did. Man, I had to sit there and
I wasn't
watch that.
disrespected by the Z move. I was disrespected by the neglection of the Alola
Alolan
region.
champion.
Yeah, which
Yeah, but
is
at least you
still
got a decent
ongoing.
Alola
You know what pisses me off even more? They call it the new star of Kanto, bro.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the new star of Kanto.
Oh shit! I lost my shit when we were reacting to that last Friday, bro. That had me in tears.
It's weird because remember when those two boys recognized Ash before he went to go.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the
those boys that
Z-Move
were never in
episode.
Sun and Moon, by the way.
Well, no, it wasn't the Sun and Moon ones. It was the one before he like hung out with Leon. Like
All
they.
the kids, the boy and the girl that
Yeah,
said that
but they were
we
also watching the
recognize you
PWC
because of,
though.
like something you did in Journeys, but they don't actually recognize them as the Alola champion. That kind of sucks. But that's just a nitpick.
Yeah.
You would think if you saw Ash on TV, you would at least try to look him up or something if you're interested in Pokemon battles.
Actually,
It's like,
you say that, and one character that we're gonna do with this review did that. So I mean, that's
Oh yeah, yes.
that is a thing that happened.
I don't know. It's like saying you're a sports fan, but then the moment you see a famous athlete, you're like, who that? Like,
Yeah,
Nah, guys. Ash is just like us. We don't have a wiki page. He doesn't have a wiki page. Like,
no,
in
he
terms
has
of,
a
like,
wiki
they
page.
set
He
him
just
up.
doesn't know how to access it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my lord!
90s.
Here we go. It says here the stone hunting trainer met in Ash in Hoenn. Later, it was revealed that he is the Hoenn region champion. Comeback, an opportunity for a re-entrance. Enters in a conversation with the Hoenn region contest master Wallace. What kind of strength will he show this time? That's it. That's it. What we got for Steven
mentioned
about
when
it.
they met in Kalos.
Actually, they don't mention it here. They said they met in Hoenn.
I'm saying, but they met again in Kalos. Whatever.
According to what the description here was, and also to be fair in the X and Y thing, did they ever really interact, those two?
They briefly saw each other, but they were in the middle of battle.
Yeah.
It's mainly
They-
Alon and Steven. Right?
and the girls.
Yeah, well,
like
they had a
Serena.
Mega Evolution Act 3 together, and 2.
Yeah. But like Ash had none of that.
I mean, he saw them.
that's the
They,
reason
they
why-
saw each other.
I get that he saw, but there was
Yeah, they
never
spoke
any.
to each other.
Yeah, they just never had a full-on interaction that
Well,
really.
in the context of when they spoke to each other, Ash, Alon, and Charizard and Greninja and Pikachu were headed close to Zygarde Lift, the fake Zygarde.
Yeah.
And Steven goes, "Keep going." That's it.
That's it. That's the interact. That reminds me of movie with the Zoroark movie when Ash and Brock were interacting
he
for one
had-
final time, and that's
He
it.
then had Metagross use Flash Cannon to get the vines out the way, and then Diantha showed up to use Psychic to make a path for him.
Oh lordy. But yeah, so yeah, great shit, anime. I guess I don't really know. Hey, let's talk about that trailer before we get into the episode reviews then, because I know we're gonna be here for a little while.
Like right now for everything, all I can say is like I won't believe it till I see it in my own two eyes in that freaking day on the 8th.
Yeah, we don't have that much
yeah,
long to
same.
wait though, buddy, because it's gonna be happening in just a couple of days. But hey, also,
they can say all the rumors they want.
Yeah, now-
like I don't believe it until I see it in my own two eyes. That's all I can say about it.
the reason why just to clarify, the reason why there is such a heavy speculation that people are really siding with is only because that person who did reveal this rumor actually had a lot of informations released back then that were confirmed and happened within the anime.
Yeah.
So the consistency has indeed been there. That's why people are really starting to go deeper into this discussion, because they're really wondering, is she really going to appear in this episode? But like you stated, let's just wait and find out. That's it. Let's just wait to see what the hell happens. Because I don't really care at this point.
Yeah.
Just whatever you do, I'm more scared if she comes back, because if she comes
Same.
back, bro, there's a lot of shit happening in this episode. Do we really need to squeeze another character in a 20-minute episode? Also, why does she get the 20-minute? Like, you would think it would be the polar opposite, especially with Clemont and Bonnie. And they're like, no, you guys get the 2-in-1s. This chick over here gets half an episode.
They literally have to insert Koharu into 2 days. They could just do whatever they wanted and make them.
The disrespect to Serena and JN has been immaculate, bro. Like, first off, in the 2-parters, they just straight up removed her, which is shitty.
Bro, that's one of my pros.
But also at the same time, I'm just thinking that moment was during the first few episodes before they actually met with Serena in the series.
Some bullshit, bro.
But we don't know. Nobody knows the full context behind it. But yeah, we'll see where things go for the future. That's just something we'll have to find out in just a couple of days. I do want to mention, though, that this is important. Normally, we always have a reaction night every Friday nights. However, for the next couple of days, starting on Friday... Actually, no, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will not be streaming on this channel because I will be away alongside with another buddy of mine here, or 2 buddies, actually, as we're going to be hanging out within the world of NYC. So, yeah. I just want to bring that up. However, if by some miracle we can do a stream over there to watch the episodes, like through our our cameras and whatnot, then I'll definitely get to that. Also, thank you for subscribing there, buddy, and thank you for the gift. You're awesome there, Joker. Thank you so much, buddy.
So basically, Emmy takes over the reaction.
Yeah, Emmy, you're gonna take care of the community for an episode that nobody.
Too much power.
Yeah. No one Emmy should have all this power. Hey, speaking about the follows, there you go. That's the follow I was looking for. Thank you.
If we need to stream the reaction to the episode, I can do that.
Yeah. Now, once again, like I said, I will find out more details. I might talk with the boys, see what they think. If we do a reaction for that episode and it is as big as they're saying it is, I'll probably wait for that. Another follow. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing. Friday would be no good because we're going to be out all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll figure something out. Listen, we'll react to the episode during the premiere of the movie. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, we could just not go on Twitter the whole day.
Yeah.
This is asking Raph not to go on Twitter. This is asking Zach not to go on.
Nah, listen. Before they wake up, we get up, we snatch all their phones. Give me your phone, and then we'll just keep them with us. Nobody will ever explain. I'll be the only one with a phone, and we'll just live with that for the rest of that day until reaction.
Their DMs, their phones will be buzzing.
There's a mute option.
Either
that or we hammer it. I don't really know.
We'll find everything. You mute all of the notifications.
Exactly. If she who shall not be named returns.
Yeah, she'll not be named. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
It just sucks because I feel like Serena is just always the center of some kind of debate. And it's just
listen,
like,
she gets into so much shit. It's so sad, bro. She wasn't really the one that was getting shit in this one, but she was the one that was the topic, which was the whole hand coding shit that was happening in the X and Y episode, which I feel people kind of forgot the point that you're supposed to hate that moment because that's the point. But that's a topic for another day. And then, of course, this Serena thing, and people are very confused because of the whole ribbon being there or not. But that's a discussion for one that'll happen.
I don't care, and I'm not getting my hopes up for that.
Yeah, listen, man. I gave up on the Serena fans after that whole shenanigans. Tyrone can vouch for me on this one back in the Twitter days. With remember the dance episode, Tyrone?
Oh God.
Do you remember the shit that happened where people went out of their way to harass the writer?
Yeah, I don't get why the fuck they did that. That was weird.
Because they want attention and they think that they can influence everything, which they can't.
Well, I mean,
hi Tasso, how you doing, buddy?
Hi Tasso.
I mean,
we summoned him with Serena.
Tasso, yo.
But
I mean, this is right up there with that time with episode 59 when they thought Serena and Ash were gonna fucking kiss, like right there. I mean, technically they got what they wanted. Just
then again, remember we talked about 3 hours, about 5 seconds of footage, so we couldn't.
No, I'm talking about the actual episode itself, where people after the episode, people got mad because Ash and Serena didn't kiss that episode. I'm like, guys, they're not.
It's a children's show. They're not supposed to show it.
I mean, even that, like, it's just guys. It's just a fucking date. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all thought was gonna happen.
No. It's not a date. It's a one-sided date.
Well, yeah, at the same time, they name it that way in the damn title card.
You know what? X and Y has some of the worst titles. The whole Satoshi Ultimate Victory shit, the Serena thing. Like, goddamn, X and Y.
No. The correct title was Satoshi's Ultimate Match.
Yeah, no. I'm referring to, like, if you remember before that episode title drop, it was called Satoshi's Ultimate Victory before it then got updated. Back when that shit first released, that was the name of the episode people ran with for a while.
Yeah, because people didn't know how to translate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, that's just bad translation.
No, but I'm just saying that, like, that just kind of heated up so much discussion is what I'm referring to. Like, in the moment.
Yeah,
that's how
because
fast
like I said, you know, people are trying to interpret what's given to them when they can't decipher whether information is correct or not.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, English just calls it down to the fiery finish.
Maybe the dub had something going for this.
Yeah, they were like, we're not going to do all that bullshit. We're just going to call it down to the fiery finish.
And also, you have to remember that you could fit more context in the space of Japanese characters and kanji than you can in English letters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I was just talking about how the Clemont and Clemont dying episode was like the right hero for the right job, and how it's like such a depressing episode. It's such a dumb,
such a goofy title.
Well, I mean, we've seen them do bad puns, like another one bites the dust and shit. So I'm not that surprised.
That's a cringy.
The problem with that is disrespectful to freaking Freddie Mercury's grave and name and everything.
I feel like it's more creative than like Ash and Trip's third battle. Like that's like so unoriginal.
I like puns.
Yeah, but the puns can only work if the episode lives up to that pun. You know what I mean?
I always think for the comedic and laid back episodes, puns are good. You can do the serious ones for serious episodes, but like puns are always fun. I like when like I don't know if there's an episode about Bonsly or something, and it'd be like Bond Sly face or some shit. Like, I don't know, just some bad pun.
Oh, no, but okay, whatever. X and Y debacle. You guys got it now. There's nothing really much to go further than that, really, because it's, honestly, as we all stated before, I don't think none of us really cares. Like, legitimately, that series is over. That story told its narrative. We're all happy. We're all moving forward. Whatever Journeys decides to do in that series, go ahead. You can do what you want, but we have the series that came beforehand that can't be tarnished by whatever.
I want to say this: they're using a lot of X and Y recently, and it God, this is literally the opposite of what I wanted. Like
Gen 6 confirmed remake.
I wanted them to use as little XY as humanly possible in this series, if possible, because I like the fact that it was a self-contained story. It did its job, and now it's over. Just let it be over. That's fine. I don't want it back, nor do I need it back. If I want it back, you want to know what I do?
What?
I watch the episodes. It's the greatest way, and it never fails. If you go back to watch XY, guess what you're getting? XY content all the time. All 100% of the time.
Like the way we watch
actually, no. Like, it's 70% X and Y and 30 XY. Just...
I don't need this show to fucking go, ooh, remember? No, I do remember it. I watched the episode. I was there.
We were there for the cringy episodes. We were there for the goated episodes. We were there for the horrible episodes. We were there for everything.
I would actually say it actually gets the little children that are watching this series for the very first time to go back and check out those episodes. I'd say that was if that was their intention to have them go and say, okay, this is what happened in XY. You should watch it on Hulu or Netflix or something. Then great.
Also,
in that case, it's like they have to make a decision of whether they want to. You know, it's like then they shouldn't have made it episodic. They're trying to keep with the continuity, because then it just doesn't.
No, it was no. Like I said, it was there. I think the pressure was due to maybe the Netflix deal influencing TPC in this case, because if you look at the international distribution versus the Japanese distribution, it's completely different.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Point is, do what Bonnie's VA said. Go watch X and Y after you watch these 2 episodes.
Yeah, and that's the whole point.
Promotion
to show
for the series
people
that came before.
to show the 7-year-old and 8-year-old kids that have never seen these series to go back and watch them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit.
Go back and watch XY.
I forgot about that. Yo, did you hear about the Bonnie VA shit that happened a few days ago too? After the episode dropped?
The shit. The shit that the people took out of context.
Okay, so to clarify, after the episodes aired, Bonnie's VA came out and said, "We hope you guys enjoyed the 2-parter and all that. Next time with Serena or something like that, right?" And so people took that completely out of left field. And then you know it was so bad that she had to make a statement in English first before writing it in Japanese. Like she wrote it in English first, straight up saying,
I didn't even take it that seriously when it happened. Why? It almost feels like the community had to bully her.
Thirsty pieces of nothing.
No, there was no bullying. It was everybody taking things out of context. Like nobody was harassing her. It was more so everybody was taking a tweet that she wrote.
There was thirsty people taking it out of context, completely out of context, and it's like that's like Maria Issei had to fucking say it in English to freaking stop people from using Google Translate because it sucks ass.
Yeah, she had to do that in English first. Let that be clear. She had to do that. Sakurai was one of the few people as well who had to straight up make a statement in English before making it in another language, in his native language. And that just shows you how bad it got. Off topic, but we got another magazine page. Oh, God.
Let me go get it.
Wait. Who said that? Who said, Dill, my boy, where the no, it can't. Well, I don't know. It might not be anything important, though. That let's just be real. So, but yeah, so I love these moments, man.
So weird how, like...
Richie.
Richie looks like he got hacked, so somebody mute him.
Ooh.
Yeah. Richie got hacked by Richie. Let's just write that.
Yeah, let's see. Richie got hacked by Richie.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just completely thrown out of loop by this, bro.
I would like to say, aside from all the XY discourse, happy 25th anniversary, everybody.
Yeah. By the way, there was a 2-minute and 15-second thing that I didn't watch yet. That was a retrospective. I'll give my opinion on that next week.
The floor is made out of floor.
It was beautiful.
Made out of floor.
Just in terms of just celebrating it, or
It was funny to me.
The floor
was made out of floor. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard.
Well, hey, at least it's not Cambridge paving stones.
Oh,
with
man.
Armatech. That was in completely wrong key, but it's okay.
Galler Adventure is right. There was no BWSM OST. My expectations are below the floorboards at this point.
Wait, new episode titles? What?
Huh?
No, somebody said, will you guys talk about the new episode titles?
Is this going to stress me out?
I like the curse better. We got into the next
No,
game.
I don't think it's anything new. I don't see anything here being talked about. We talked about it, I think, last week. The Lucario and Gekkoga, the Eevee and Nymphia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Rocket Gang. Unless there was a new one that just dropped right the goddamn now, I don't know anything of new episode titles.
I don't see anything posted, so I don't think so.
No.
No, I think there might have been something, because we talked about it very late last week, so that might have been it. But
so
yeah, we talked about this.
Live.
So yeah, you can watch it in our YouTube channels on the PokePod world. So let's see, justice for one Pachi fucking. Let's see. I mean, listen, the writer said that. I mean, I'm just
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, buddy. Nope, no new episode titles. Okay, thank you for that, buddy. So there you go. Let's see. Yeah, in other words, ladies and gents, if you guys want to get into positive news, then let's just slide away from Manny Poke for like 1 second, real quick, and then we'll jump back into it. All right, so I just want to, congratulate this moment in history that we found ourselves in, because never in my life did I think we would ever get to see an opportunity where I could say these magical words, and that is Grammy Award-winning Meta Knight wins a Grammy. And I shit you not. So
I love the aliasing.
was
Needs more
crazy.
anti-aliasing.
oh no, I love the fucking horribleness of this PNG.
Oh, I
Graphic
love
design
that.
is my passion, bro.
I just feel like it was made in
I actually thought you were
2007.
joking at first,
Because it is.
and then I watched the video. I'm like, oh shit, they did win a Grammy.
Yeah, so this Kirby game won a Grammy in terms of one of the songs that they used, which is based off Meta Knight, by the way.
Nice.
So congratulations to Kirby and Meta Knight. You guys are literally Grammy Award winners. Poyo? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Listen, it is a good song. Okay, just to get full context, there was a big band on YouTube that did pretty much a big band song of Meta Knight's Revenge that was from this Kirby game, Kirby Superstar. And it got nominated for a Grammy Award. And guess what? As we already mentioned, it won the Grammy. And even Sakurai had to come out and tweet about it, saying, "Wait, what? What is that a thing? Is that even possible to do?" So-
Wait, that's like one of the first video games I ever played in my life. Like
Yeah,
I
so
love
it
Kirby
made history.
Superstar.
It made history. It became a Grammy Award winner right now.
listen to it.
I'm so proud.
I love you, Fat Donald. Can't wait to see it.
Time to
And then
put-
Meta Knight comes up and slaps me.
Well, you know what it's time for? It's time for them to put the Grammy Award onto the Xerox machine.
Eat
Instead of the
DDD's name out your fucking mouth. It was a Fat Donald joke. Keep DDD's name out your fucking mouth. I'm going to.
You know what I just want? I just want Kirby to go on stage and get its like Grammy, and then like just turn into Kirby and just go, just zoom out.
There'll be a Peel P50 just sitting there, and then
Oh
just
my god!
Actually, no, Kirby, I love you. Jigglypuff too. Can't wait to see you.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so congratulations, Kirby.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they did a new Kirby game and add a random Grammy he can transform into. With the
Yes.
mouthful mode. Shit. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, congrats, Kirby. Sakurai, your father, he's
Kirby.
very happy for you too. So there you go.
Oh, I remember this.
Wait a minute. I just realized, how come they haven't made a JoJo meme of Will Smith walking up to Chris Rock yet?
They've made like an anime
Yeah.
version.
How have they not made a JoJo meme of him walking up to him yet?
Like,
No,
that's
they
what I really wanna
did.
play.
They straight up
Oh,
did.
they did?
Don't
Oh,
worry.
let me see. I need to see this picture, please.
Oh man, I wish I had it with me, buddy.
I would totally stream Kirby Superstar.
Oh, it's a good game. It really is. There's like so many mini games on top of the games, right?
I meant
Me
to,
not
like, I meant to
playing
buy
most
it
video
for
games.
me.
Which actually is on the Nintendo Switch Online, is it not?
Yeah, the
Yeah, exactly.
wheels
There
are
you go.
turning.
They have
Really
Tyrone. What? Oh man, speaking
Barbie.
of Carby. Oh no, I'm scared of
Barbie.
clicking that link. Let's see. I hope it doesn't blast my. Oh shit! It is. It's this one. Do you like my car? I love this video.
oh yes, that one, yes.
Let's see.
Do you like?
I'll post this on. I'll post this in general. I wish I could share this shit, but it has the gas.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, I actually saw it on Twitter as well. So
Yeah, there was another one where I think they literally modded Gran Turismo or something, and they just replaced them all with Carbys. So you see like 12
Oh, I love
Carbys
this.
racing in the track in high quality shit. It is beautiful.
Deja vu. I done been in this place before.
no, it's a different. Oh, it's different.
I know. I just that song. I think about that song
Yeah,
more
when
because
you
I
think
like
of
it.
this car and you think of it,
No, it's a gas. Because the thing is, though, it's like I think it's by Marco Polo or whatever the fuck.
I know. I just like that song better.
I like I actually like what is it? Freaking Back on the Rocks better. Back on the rocks, baby.
They said KG watched the clip of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock with Ed and Eddie sound effect.
And Donnie mentions that it was all done in Blender because
Oh,
you know
Tyrone,
Blender.
look at General. Dean posted your answer that you wanted.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. I like that they put the things. I thought someone was gonna make some drawn
Oh no,
manga
somebody
artwork.
did do a drawing too. I can't find that drawing though.
But hey, we got it.
No, but it does exist though, Tyrone. Let it be clear.
Yeah.
It does exist.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. This first hour has me in absolute tears. I have no idea what the hell we went through in hour 1 right now. And I
That's a
still
lot
don't
of
know what...
shit.
It was just
actually
a
pretty
mess.
consistent than last week. Last week was all over the place.
Oh, no, last week I have...
What did we talk about last week? I completely
The
forgot.
slap, there's
Oh, yeah. Oh, no,
We
no.
talked-
It
we
was
talked-
mostly
yeah, we
my
talked about
shenanigans
the
on that
Oh
one.
yeah, the Oscars.
Yeah.
Hearts,
Oh, yeah.
which I fell asleep during.
Should we talk about that real quick, just as an update? Because some shit did happen, like I mentioned before, and I stated, I'll talk about it if things gone down.
I did some research on it too.
Yeah, so just to clarify, ladies and gents, Will Smith, if you haven't watched the Oscars in the previous week or haven't heard anything about what happened last week with the slap, then first off, I'm surprised. How'd you do that? Secondly, the slap got so out of hand, bro, that Will Smith had to come out. He had to make an apology. He had to say, I'm sorry for the actions that came from this. He had to go and remove himself or put films on delays because of this slap. Even producers and writers were saying, I don't even know if we want to work with Will Smith no more.
Yeah, because the Academy is fucking pissed at him.
And the thing is, it's getting to that point where he might get what is it called? Blacklisted.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
if you know, is the worst form of anything possible, especially when
hell yeah. You'll never work in this town again. That's basically what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm surprised I don't
know
have
if
that same
that's
energy with
warranted.
some of those other Oscar winners that done way worse. But
Yeah,
Yeah, but they didn't do it on the Oscars.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're still in the Oscars, though.
No, they still did it within the eyes of the Academy. They know about it, but to do it on the Oscars while the Oscars is happening is a problem. Okay, so I've done theater, so I can clarify what exactly is going on.
All right,
that
go
would
ahead.
be like the equivalent. That would be like the equivalent if we were doing a show and somebody who's like, I don't know, a soundboarder or someone in lights literally walked in the middle of the show and started fucking with shit. That's a no-no. That is forbidden. That is theater taboo. Polly, you've worked with fucking the shit you've worked with. You know full well if somebody came on set and fucked shit up, it's... You do not go off script. You do not
the networks that I've worked at.
Yeah, you do not go off script. If you go off script and fuck up the quality of a show, I mean, whatever you do out of the show, that's more or less your business. I mean, yeah, you represent shit, so obviously people are gonna look at you a certain way, but you do not fuck with. There's a reason they say the show must go on.
Yeah.
That is theater law. You don't fuck with theater law.
You want to know what's funny?
Go on.
When I was in college, I had to make my own TV show for one of my classes, and we had to hire like actual like actors like in the area.
Yeah.
So I hired somebody, and he was just so like, obviously I won't say his name or anything, but like he didn't know his lines. He was expecting more pay than like I could honestly give as a broke college student, and it's just like, and then I found out in future classes that he was blacklisted from anybody hiring him as
Oh my gosh.
all because of my production. And that's why my hard drive broke, and that won't see the light of day. So,
but yeah, on set,
send it to Louis Rossman.
Yeah, you don't like. I know. I see your point, KG. Obviously, you represent yourself when the cameras are off, but on set, that goes up by 1,000. You don't like your standards. You have to stay in character and you have to do your role the whole time. And so what Will Smith did, unfortunately, was happening while a show is happening. You cannot halt production of a show to get your personal grievances out. If you do that shit outside, then yeah, the Academy's gonna look at you kind of weird and go, yeah, there's gonna be consequences because you're represented under contract. But on the show, hell no. That's a no-no. That's on fucking what's that show called? That's on Game of Thrones fucking Starbucks cup on the set types levels of bad.
Yes.
That's a no-no. You don't do that on set. Nah, you go in the back and handle that shit in the green room.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So.
Yeah, that's why they made the green room, for that specific shit. You go back there and handle it. You do not stop the quality of a show for it because they are live. I don't think you guys understand. They are live when they do that. So what you do there has consequences. This man dropped 2 F-bombs, which is against FCC regulations. Yeah, he fucked. He fucked himself up. He's done.
And you know what's the worst part about it all? I don't think the person who was being defended even responded or said anything really much after this incident went down.
He Rock. Are we talking Rock?
Both Chris Rock, I believe Chris Rock had a
Rock did have an apology. Rock did have an apology, and he also had a show that came out shortly after.
Yeah, I was gonna say the show, but I don't know if he did anything. But what about Jada though? Do you know anything about Jada though, Tara?
She said this is the time of healing. I don't give a fuck about her. She's saying some bullshit. Fuck her. She is the least important thing right now.
But she was the core of it all, though.
Yeah, she's the core of it. Yeah, she's the core of it all, but at the end of the day, she's a B-list actress. I think the problem here is she tried to make it about her, and unfortunately, it wound up being about her, but the consequences don't fall on her, they fall on Will.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, like, the problem is that you're, like, we always think, emotional responses are for the the good of the well-being of other people. The problem is emotional responses are quick, and they have severe long-term consequences. If I met you all in person right now, and, I don't know, TSS said something to piss me off, and I just punched him in the fucking face, do you think he would want to fucking talk to me after that? I lose a long-term friend for an emotional response rather than going, yo, man, I understand, but chill out for a second. And then he goes, I'm sorry I offended you, and we shake hands, and we move the fuck on.
Yeah.
But no, that wasn't the case. Instead, he acted on emotion, and his emotion caused a long-term consequence. You think he was going to be let off for this shit?
No. Also, hi, buddy. The only reason why I knew about it because he
went behind.
Yeah, he did the Undertaker shape.
That was so creepy. I was like, TSS Avatar, watch out. He's so behind you. And it's like, it's
gift you.
It's just like TSS Avatar, watch out. Like
real jump scare.
Yeah, because you gotta look at the screen.
Oh, because it automatically does.
Listen. I'm not here. I'm just here to enjoy carnage. That's all I care about.
You're
okay, I understand.
Okay.
Don't worry, buddy. First off, hello.
He got his wish.
I'm exclamation point lurk. That's why.
KG, put him in like the lurking space. Like lower his whatchamacallit a little bit.
Don't worry, I'm gonna shrink his ass down. He's
make him creepy.
Show only his eyes, just there.
Yeah, make him creepy.
Yeah,
creepy. Yeah,
Like Pikachu Avatar is just like, yo, I see this going on here.
You see that shit eating grain right there?
Insane green pipsqueak.
And then put it in the middle.
Okay.
You're like, I'm just hiding behind the scenes.
We have a lot to talk about.
It's the insane
We
game
do.
pipsqueak.
We do have a lot.
We
to
do
talk
have a
about.
lot to talk about. So
And I have like 12 talking points. So yeah.
Jesus
so,
Christ,
Like
bro! This
1 page
episode
of
had that
notes.
many. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, this episode was a 2-parter, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is gonna be one
Just
hell of a
do me a favor,
No.
Tyrone. Tyrone, I need a favor from you.
what?
Don't you withhold anything.
Oh,
Don't you-
okay.
I
Don't
can
you
go
hold-
first because I
She's
didn't
gonna
watch
pass
it
out
subbed.
soon.
I feel like I don't even deserve to be.
Polly's gonna be the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Okay,
go
so-
for
Go
it.
next.
Okay, so we're gonna pass
I'm going
this one
last.
at a time. We're gonna give it. Polly said you wanted to go first.
Because also,
Yes.
but also because I'm the only person who actually watched the original broadcast, so I have things about to comment. So I'm going.
I
last.
watched the original bro. I watched it live, but not.
Right, but I have like all the notes, all the notes that weren't that weren't on the on
The Amazon
online
release or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay,
so-
we're gonna give it
And
to
that'll
Polly.
lead to the end stuff. So
Okay.
go ahead.
Plus,
and
it
do
was 6 in the morning, and
I watched the episode twice. I don't know if that means anything, but I watched it
Yeah,
twice.
you
Both
did the
episodes
normal
twice.
standard for a pod crew member, buddy.
Yeah.
I
we all
watched.
watched it
I
twice.
watched the episode. I watched the episode, and then I had to watch it again for the review I recorded.
I
I do
watched
that all
the
the time.
episode. I watched the episodes again, and then I watched the YouTube shitty edit one that has all of the
Why'd you watch
subs
that
in terrible quality. So
Why?
because it's funny.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Because
get my
it's-
brain to
because
remember
it's funny.
everything.
That's it.
'Cause
That's
it
He's
was
like, I have to
6
enjoy my
a.m.
job
All
somehow.
right, guys, let's just get this on before Emmy has to leave.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah,
pass it on
yeah,
to
please.
Polly first. We'll then give it
TBH,
to Emmy.
I I really don't have much to say.
That's exactly why we're letting you go first, buddy. Because I at least want to hear your thoughts first, and we'll go from there, buddy.
I thought it was cute.
Back in a moment.
Clement and Bonnie are always a joy to see, but I don't feel like the episodes really did them justice. Especially, oh gosh, that. And you know me, I'm not very well versed in battles, but that was terrible. I was just watching it and I was like, and then I was watching the clip with you guys reacting to it later on. And I knew that Tyrone was gonna get mad, and even I was mad, and I don't even care that much. Like, I'm indifferent to X and Y, but I'm just like, oh, those one shots, like that is disrespect, especially being that.
So proud of you, Polly.
I did watch Ash versus Clemont.
Polly, I love you.
One of the most gorgeously animated battles in the entire series, but just
thank you, Polly.
Overall, an amazing battle, and just adds to the development of both Ash and Clement. But oh wow, Tesso, thank you. See, I don't hate it that much, but no, I'm just indifferent to XY. So for me to be kind of like honestly outraged by that, like I can only imagine what hardcore XY fans feel about this.
Yeah, how they feel about it.
I will say the Drasna one was like decently better. I don't like how it was like, because then they started with like the goofy music in the background at one point with like Dracovish, and then I forget, Drasna did something. There was like just this quirky moment. I'm just like, this is just.
Sergi, I'm gonna fucking kill you! Get that bitch out of here!
This isn't hitting it for me. Like,
sorry.
Like this is what we're coming down to, like the final like 9. Like we're going to the Masters 8. Like you'd think that they'd be a little bit more like taking this more seriously, and I feel like they're not. Like they're just like blowing through, like breezing through them, like they're nothing. And I'm just I don't know. That's why I worry about Paul, especially like what they're gonna do with him. I don't know. So that's.
I supposedly has a Garchomp too.
Anyway, Miyazaki XY music, yay!
Now where's the OST release?
And Bonnie was cute. Bonnie was adorable with Dracovish, like hugging it and like climbing on top of it. So cute. Bonnie, as usual, was the caramelized onions on the fucking charcoal burger. I should have had TSS say that line.
Yeah, I don't think he's back yet, or if he is, I don't know if he's hearing. But he'll say it. It is probably.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have. Good night, everyone. Well, no.
Good night, everyone.
I've said what I've said. Now I'm going to bed. Good night.
Y'all have a good night now. Good night.
Good night, everybody. I've said what I've said.
Ooh, look at that transition.
Oh yeah, we've had that for a while. It's nice, isn't it?
All right, Emmy, you're up.
Yes, Emmy.
Right.
We'll go to you, and then we'll pass it on to Nessa after.
All right, so this episode, these 2 episodes, right? 25th anniversary, right? Also fell on my birthday. So you think
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Get some out of here, KG.
Chef.
It's okay. But you think that Journeys would gift me with nice episodes and not stress me out? But what did it do? It stressed me out. Of course it did. The best thing that happened during that entire watch party was Tyrone's cover of the ending song. All right, that was the highlight for me for that entire thing. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so for the reviews for the episode, though.
I think when that happened, I said rock beats fire. If your house is on fire, throw a rock at it. Sorry, go ahead.
I've listened to that. No, it's okay. I've listened to that way too many times, and I'm like, that was great. But okay, so Bonnie and Clement coming back. All right, so let's start with the pros. Let's start with some positives. All right, just to be happy and pretend that we're happy. Okay, so the music, 100% really good. I love XY music. That was nostalgia for me. I love that they forgot about Serena. So happy. I love that little like moment where we just see Clemont and Bonnie and no Serena. Keep Serena out of this series. Thank you very much. We got a Diantha PNG file, so that was nice. I love Bonnie in this episode. I think that's like the strongest thing for this episode is just Bonnie, because why? They they left her alone. They didn't change her. They just kept her adorable little self who's so happy playing with Mr. Fish. Mr. Fish's body is my favorite thing. Okay? Thank you. And she even brought cookies. How wholesome. How nice. Love that. Also, Clemont and Clembot, we see they're strong. How very nice, because then that very much changes as the episode goes on. He also brings back his, like, the future's now thanks to science and the typical inventions, you know. And also, when that explosion happened, why did Grookey survive? Why? Just why? Also, all the Pokemon interacting, that was very, very nice. I was really happy to see that. Just, like, even, like, the little moments, too, like, you see in the background, like, Dragonite holding, like, Chespin. So cute. And then Dragonite not letting, like, Clemont go. That was also a really nice moment, too. And Mr. Fish, like, holding Ash. Like, I love those little moments, too, because we barely get to see that, especially for, like, Ash's team just being out in, like, the open. Like, I feel like that's such a rare moment. But that was really nice to see. Also, really like the little training in the background. Like, I saw Diggersby and Lucario just, like, fighting it out, so that was really nice. And the Pikachu bike. What a nice little Pikachu bike. That was so wholesome. I love that. Just Ash riding a bike.
His example. Like,
I know.
he's like la 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 la.
I know, it was so cute. I like that little analogy that they did with the training wheels and all that. That was really nice. I like that. And then even like the moments with Drasna at the very end, like hyping her up, like her battle and just like seeing her training montage. That was really nice. But that's it for the pros. Now for the cons. All right, so small nitpicks. Let's get those out of the way. So, Go catching the froakie in the beginning. He said he was gonna battle it. We didn't see the battle. How nice, right? Oh, great. I guess I don't care. Anyways, and then why did Bunnelby evolve? Why? So sad. I think my problem overall with this episode is the pacing's really bad. Just the so this joke that they carried out, right, with like Mr. Fish and the leak, like. It was funny the first time, but then they decided to make it a whole plot point, and I'm like, why? I felt like it was a waste of time. Like, I understand what they were trying to do, but I agree with what Polly said earlier, too. I feel like they were trying to joke around with it, and they even brought that into the next episode, which, to be honest, this is not the time. Like, I get it. Like, you want to be comedic at times, but I feel like when it comes to this kind of thing, like, especially because we're approaching, like, the Masters 8, it's just not the time for it. So, I didn't particularly like that. And then the biggest issue, of course, I'm going to have is the practice battle, because like Polly just said too, the best fight in X and Y, or one of the best fights, was Clemont and Ash. And the fact that this practice battle was 20 seconds long and one-shotted, dude, do you know how bad that makes Clemont look? Like, he's a gym leader. He went through all that development, and that's what you're going to do? Like, that was messed up. That hurt my soul a little bit. That hurt my soul a lot. I was really sad about that, because it's just that, and that's the thing too. It's the whole thing of pacing. If we didn't waste so much time on that little joke going back and forth with Mr. Fish and the league, like, I feel like we would have gotten a longer battle, and we would have gotten a better execution. And that's something that Journeys really struggles with, is execution. They have one second. Give me 1 second.
Okay, just making sure if everything's okay there. Oh, we'll give her back that in just a minute, but just to clarify, I do agree with Emmy there. There are some things that needs to be addressed when it comes to the execution. I think JPR said it best when he was in our stream that night, that there's like no style to how these executions are handled, because what really goes down is that, like, there's no flair. There's nothing that screams Satoshi when it comes to like how these characters move with their Pokemon. It just feels more of an obligation, like, oh, Pikachu used this, or oh, Surfetch used this attack, and then the attack just lunges and it hits, and then that's it. But there's like nothing that makes it feel Satoshi-like, if that makes any sense. I think that's how JPR described it in his little review that he had during the stream we had in Reaction Night. But yeah, I honestly agree with that 100% though. So yeah, well, while we wait for Emmy to come back, let me go and pass this on to Nessa then. Nessa, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty then. I would like to hear from you, buddy. Well, what you think about this episode?
Well, I unfortunately was not on the watch party since I had like some other, I guess, personal stuff going on. But I remember watching it Friday night, and I kind of remember I got like two opposite polls of this episode. So I think I remember asking Emmy, and then I think she was like, "Oh my god, it was bad, bad," and I was like, "Okay, really?" Then I asked another friend of mine. She was nice enough to like tell me about the episode too, and then she was like, "Oh, I loved it." So I was kind of like, "Okay." So getting one person telling me it's bad, another person telling me it's really good. So I go watch it, and I guess I kind of came out in the middle from watching it both. There are moments I did enjoy, but I kind of enjoyed the first one more than the second one because like I think for like one of all like I was happy to see Clement and Bonnie again, and then I guess there was a lot of like, cute little moments in this episode, like when they finally met each other again. Like I loved the little paw that Luxray and Pikachu gave to them, and then Ash's Pokemon for once was all out, which we never see. I don't know why they could have done that sooner. And then the way Dragonite was hugging Clement kind of like made me blush. Like I just love that little scene. And then Dragovich like biting Ash's head, which was adorable. And then Bonnie being Bonnie, I'm glad that I kind of enjoyed the little segment like with her and Go when they were trying to fight Froakie, but yeah, at the same time, we didn't see the battle. I don't know what the hell happened, but I actually enjoyed the little time when they did have little talking points. Um, other and then the part I think that's like probably the positives for the first part of it. The negatives. I did get annoyed with the whole. I guess they were trying to. I think they were trying to learn stars like star assault. I think it was called that move. Surfetch's new move. I might be wrong with the name of it. But I kind of felt the gag dragged on a bit. Like that was probably one of the things that kind of bothered me. And then and another thing that did bother me too is like the one hit KOs with Ash and Clement's. I guess 20-second little battle they had. That kind of bothered me too because I'm just kind of like, so you're telling me these two mods they're brand new moves, and you're telling me they can one hit knock out these two Pokemon, Luxray and Diggersby? Are you kidding me? And you just learned that move? Like what? So I think that was probably the biggest thing that kind of bothered me for that one. But overall, I did enjoy it. Like at least we got and then there was like I overall enjoyed it for that part, and then for the second part um for the PWC match, overall the battle was all right. I kind of felt like Drasna should have won, but I guess the positive is like at least the battle was fun to watch, but then also I kind of noticed that Drasna like attacked quite a bit on her end, but then I think it only took Ash like a few moves to take her mons down. I did enjoy Mr. Fish cheering for Surfetch and then vice versa Surfetch cheering for Dragovich, so I did enjoy that. And then also Tresna's little personality where she squeezes Ash's hand. I don't know why that made me laugh, but she was just like that evil smile, and then even Clement addressed it like that evil smile. Don't be deceived by her evil smile. I don't know, like that part kind of laughed, but then otherwise the whole battle, negatives about that is like, the battle could have better, but at least this one to me was better than Marnie's. At least we got more than 2 matches, but uh, otherwise, I don't have much to say after that. I'm just kind of like, well, at least she's almost in the Masters A, so yay.
Yeah, first off, I want to hear your score, buddy, and then I also want to hear Polly's because I don't think Polly also gave a score for that.
The first one, it's like a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
The second one, like 5 out of 10.
Alrighty. What about you, Polly?
Yeah.
What do you have to say for episode scores?
I'll give 5 for the first one and 6 for the second.
Oh, so you found the battle more favorable then?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just mad. And also, I agree with what Emmy said about the pacing. And somebody else said, I think it was Kuro with the 5 minutes of lightsaber.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, that was the
zoom.
part
it
that
was
bothered me the most.
it was
just like
cool once, but then it's like it literally like took up like at least a minute between all those the repetitive shots. I'm like,
And they weren't like a new camera angle. No, that was the same shot reused in that moment.
yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, I guess he was trying to learn that new move, so that was like it took forever. I'm like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
But
So 5. I'm mad.
Okie dokie, buddy. Just making sure. All right, so thank you to, and also thank you to our buddy Emmy as well for contributing her take as well on these episode reviews. So let's go and move on to the next person. Tyrone, would you mind if I go next with this one?
Go ahead.
Alrighty, thank you, buddy. So I'm gonna be talking about these 2 episodes right now. Then, so let's get right into it. First off, in terms of talking about the characters, let me be upfront. I like them. I like the characters in terms of their character personality, their dialogue, all that stuff. When you keep it simplistic and just simply go at it from there, it is a lot of fun to watch these characters reunite and just chat again like the good old days. I love moments like that. It brings a nice quality of slice of life appeal that I've been pretty much wanting to see from this series, at least more of it anyway. So in terms of that aspect, like with Bonnie talking with Go at the beginning, or Clemont talking with Ash again, like good old times, and them throwing their Pokemon out at the exact same moment together, like that shit was like a little nostalgic in a way. So I really enjoyed those moments. I really had a fun time when we got the chance to see that, even if it was a little disappointing when you find out that the bunny evolved into Big Ugly Bunny, but that's okay. Aside from that, like, just in terms of the basis in itself, it's good. My biggest issue with this episode, at least the first one, and as JPR mentioned, and I talked about it a couple of minutes ago, there's just this sense of like no appeal to how these episode battles and whatnot are being drawn out, because it is such a basic of like use your attack and then the attack hits and it moves on into the next phase. Like there's nothing that screams like Satoshi in that moment. Like it's just the only thing that was really Satoshi like was when Satoshi brought out the flags and started, uniting with his Surfetch, which that was really cool. I like that. I thought that was really nice. But I mean, like when we get to the battle, it doesn't feel like that part there. Like there's nothing synchronizing those 2 Pokemon. And the other thing I didn't like, and as everybody else said, it's going to be one of the most broken records that's going to be spun around over and over again. I despised how they took what was a really good character of Clemont's Pokemon anyway, and just treated them super poorly like that. I've been seeing a lot of people, excuse me, I've been seeing a lot of people online saying, you guys should not say that, because it's like, you got to remember, these guys are now in the top 20 or something. They're about a champion Elite 4 status Pokemon over here that you're seeing out there. That's why Surfetch and Mr. Fish are capable of doing these attacks and one-hit KOing them. Okay, you say that, but I'm like thinking to myself, you could only apply that to certain Pokemon. Like I can agree to that on Pikachu. I can agree on that to Lucario, to Dragonite. There is nothing that Surfetch has done in Journeys to justify it being a champion status Pokemon, aside from it being in the team in that moment. And unfortunately, I cannot say the same thing for Mr. Fish, because Mr. Fish actually did defeat a Dragonite. So theoretically, it did do some work on that aspect there. It did defeat a champion Mon. But like Surfetch got his ass beat many times. Yeah. And a lot of the moments that really meant it, that like we could have seen something happen for Surfetch, his ass got beat, or it was probably taken care of off screen, or we never got to get any full context on it whatsoever. And I don't like that, because like the whole premise of this fight was so we could see their growth. And the only growth they really had is since the fight that happened with B was just the learning the assault attack, and that's really it. And I'm so mad by that. It's just so aggravating, and it hurts even more when they perfect it and they use it on Clemont's Pokemon, and then they take it out in just one hit. And it's like, people are saying, why are you guys so against that? And it's because they completely tarnish Clemont's character. I understand if Clemont lost to Drasna, that makes sense. He's fighting against an Elite Four member and all that. But he's still, we don't know the full context of the fight. They kept that ambiguous. So we don't really know how that fight was really truly handled. But like with Ash and the others, there could have been better narratives that they could have written it down. Like, honestly, if that was to happen, I would have preferred it had they hit the Pokemon and you see them getting lunged back. But they don't get knocked out. They're just more like surprised and flinched by the reaction because they were caught off guard by the moment, but they're not knocked out. They're still up and standing. And then they just casually walk back and just be like, okay, well, that just sort of happened, you know? We didn't need to see the Pokemon coming out and just be like, nah, your ass getting knocked out first turn, because that also completely ruins Bunnelby, because they evolved his ass to prove that things move forward, only for it to just straight up say, nah, your ass still gonna get your ass beat right there then in that moment. And it sucks so much because nobody can agree to that at all whatsoever. It is disrespectful to his character, to Clemont's character, to Bunnelby's narrative and all that, and I just despise it. It could have been handled so much better. It could have. And it would have been just one little teeny tiny change that they could have done to have made it just much more narratively written better in the terms of that fight. Like, I'm just saying, you shouldn't have knocked them out. You should have just kept them standing and just kept them, flinched or just shocked by the fact that just came out of nowhere in that moment. But that's just me. Now, in terms of that episode, once again, Bonnie was best girl. She definitely carried that first episode for me personally. She is the best character in the X and Y series. She has a kill count in her goddamn character. So, I mean, she is already, just on that standard alone, the best character in the series. But Clemont, they did his ass so dirty, bro. I'm just so mad by that. Clemont didn't deserve that. That was so disrespectful. No. And I want to bring up something real quick before I forget. The machine, which of course, as you recall, he says Citronic gear on, his very famous thing. Always something important when it comes to the X and Y character. I did not mind the machine blowing up only because he wasn't the culprit behind it. It was more so the fact that it was overpowered, which is something common machineries go through. When something consumes too much power, too much energy, it will unfortunately explode, especially if you don't build it correctly to fit that, if you don't even know it's going to happen in the first place. Because when Clemont built it, it was built in the mindset of, oh, it's going to be for the surf edge. It's not going to include this giant-ass fish that's here in the side. So when that happened, it caused the computer to overdrive, causing it to explode and create the gag again. I find that okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It was a nice way to introduce it back without necessarily showing without necessarily hindering Clemont's character. So that's what I'm trying to go with, because I know when we first reacted to that, there was a lot of heated discourse in regards to why the machine blew up because it completely ruins Clemont's character. But I'm like, it would have made more sense had it been by Clemont's own hands that did it, but it was more so the Pokemon's energy overwritten everything and just caused it to burst out and explode because of that. So on that aspect, I find it to be okay. But yeah, to the second act now real quick. The fight, I don't really remember much of it. I think it was so one-sided. Honestly, the boom burst, I don't understand how Sirfetch'd survived that boom burst attack at the very beginning of the episode. That was so stupid. The sound effect was so goddamn strong. It cracked the floor like 3 times. One on top of the other, on top of the other. And that goddamn bird was like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just get up and just jump. And I'm like, wait. Like, what? He just jumps out while still having his goddamn body pinned to the ground by the sound of the sonic boom. And he's like, nah, let me just get up real quick and let me just jump to the side. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Wait, why did you do that before? Like, why the fuck did you just get up and just walk to the side when you could have just done that since the goddamn beginning? Now he's like, let me just take this shit real quick. Okay, now I'm done. Let me get out of here. And it's so stupid. I hate that.
You know, AKG, I was like, while you were talking, though, I was curiosity looked up Surfetch's battle stats. I know, like, the anime doesn't really address them, but I'm sitting here, like, now it's like this battle became more unbelievable. But how did this freaking bird, like, survive so many hits? Like, I can't believe he has an HP of 62, and you're telling me he survived that many hits? And that boom burst, like you were just mentioning now.
It wasn't just simply a boom burst attack. No, they specifically animated to make sure that sound was so strong it cracks the ground. That's not something easy to do with sound alone. So that just shows you how strong that move had to have been. But Surfetch was like, all right, hold on, let me get up real quick and let me just move.
He's like, all right, He's like, all right, I'm gonna keep going.
Like, all right, I'm done here. Let me actually start fighting for real this time. That's so stupid. But yeah, so I didn't like that beginning of the fight at all. In fact, I didn't really like much of this fight at all. I really hate how we were doing so good at the beginning of this whole hyperclass shit with the 3v3s. Mm-hmm. Who the hell thought, no, let's stop doing that halfway into that? Because, like, the Volkner fight was good despite some of the controversial things. The Beast fight, being a two-parter, with its controversies aside, was still very good. But then we just decided to go to 1v1s and now a 2v2. And I'm like, you should have just kept it. You should have just kept it as a 3v3. Why are you guys just mixing it around whenever you please? It would, and especially because they teased at like the to be continued segment at the previous episode when you saw Drasna with all the 4 Pokemon, and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh shit, they're going to be utilized, aren't they?" Because they're showing them. Nah, they're not at all. So
like, nope.
So yeah, it's just dumb. And Mr. Fish, he had a fight too with Noivern and with the Mega Altaria. I will admit though, I'm very happy they brought back the Sun and Moon gimmick again. That was nice. Wet Bird, I really like seeing that. But it wasn't just Wet Bird; it was Mega Wet Bird, and it was hilarious. But I am, I'm not disappointed with Ash not knowing that the fairy type thing. I just think he should have. He should have bounced back quicker because he just sort of took it in shock and just didn't react quick enough to use another move or something. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't really mind it at all as much as others do.
I just realized too, like Ash didn't use Mega Evolution or any.
No, he went basic in this fight.
Yeah, basic. That's probably why I liked it a little bit more than the other one, but that's just me.
Yeah, no. See, I would prefer to had the story written itself better to adjust to that. Because when you're fighting against a Mega like that, and then this episode comes, and the Mega that they're fighting against ends up getting hit by like 2 moves and knocks its ass out by that, it just seems so weird to me. Like, the Pokemon got hit by 2 moves, where Surfetch got hit by like 60 of them or something.
Yeah. He got hit quite a bit. I'm like, how the hell you did not go down?
I'm just more mad. Yeah, Kuro, you bring this up too. I'm just more mad with this episode, with it being a 2v2. Bro, they should have made it a double battle. I think that would have been awesome. I'm just saying, if they had just given us that moment where you see Surfetch on top of Mr. Fish and they're dashing forwards through the Sonic Burst attack or whatever it is that Noivern's using to just hit Noivern, that shit would have been goated as hell because it would have implemented both Pokemon beautifully in that moment. Like you see Mr. Fish taking those hits, protecting Surfetch, and Surfetch would lunge the blow to hitting on that. A double battle could have made things flow a lot better instead of having, the Pokemon comes out all the time and it'd be like, oh no, Mr. Fish wants to come in and root for support. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. But
yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, that's cute. So I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying, like, it would have worked a little bit better in the double battle instead of it just being like, oh, let me switch out and whatnot, But whatever. That's just my thing on that. And yeah, that's all I got to say on this fight. Ash won, but I don't really feel like he deserved that win. In all honesty, once again, Ash didn't really feel like he did much to scream his style in this fight. It just seemed more so he was just commanding an attack and just hoping to dear God it hits. And if it hits, great. If it doesn't, do it again and hope that one hits or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. The one really positive thing I could say about this episode, though, is the Elite Four. I love Drasna's character. She was GOAT in this episode. Everything about her was so good. I love her voice. I love her animation when she did the Mega Evolution. That shit was smooth as fuck, bro. I love her Pokemon being all snobby like as well. Like when Altaria got to introduce itself to Sirfetch'd and Mr. Fish, and you see like this Altaria giving like this weird smug look to them, and I'm like, that's adorable as hell. And then the way she just says, "Oh hi there, Satoshi," crunching her hand. I'm like, Jesus Christ, girl. Like that shit was hilarious. But no, that's the kind of thing I enjoy. It's character. It's being driven by her character. It's being driven by her personality. It works. It makes it great that when you get to the fight at hand, you enjoy it even more because now you got a tease as to how Drasna acts when the fight's about to begin. You're curious to see how she's going to act in the battlefield, and she's just as much of a threat in person and in battle, and I'm so happy with that. Drasna for me, absolutely goated. Absolutely
I love how she's like it's like that smile cannot fool everybody because I know Clement was so salty
Clement
about it.
That smile. Everybody, you know, like that weird Mr. Incredible meme where it's like those who know and those who don't know. Yeah, those who don't know have the smiles on their face, and those who know, that's Clement right there, just freaking the hell out. But no, I like that though. That was nice. Also, nice to see Clemont and Bonnie actually being in the second act, which I think they're the first characters to do this. Returning companion wise anyway, to actually come back and watch a PWC match. Good shit, Clemont and Bonnie. Karina is a semi-companion. That's why it's a little different with her. We still call her the fifth companion, but she's not like the companion.
She's not on the post. She wasn't on the original poster, so it's
unfortunately. She should have gotten her own poster in all honesty. Yeah, but that's a discussion for another day. But so unfortunately, that didn't fully count. I still, in my heart, agree. But like in terms of a true companion, though, Clemont and Bonnie were theoretically the first two to do that. But that's not really the core focus of what I'm trying to get at. The point of the matter is this episode was all around, had its good moments, but the core appeal being the battle was where it really got the worst aspect of it. And I think it shouldn't have. When the battles are the most important things in the PWC, y'all should have put more focus on it, especially when you're not fighting just any trainer, you're fighting an Elite Four member. You got her personality down, you got her Pokemon down. I just wish you had the battle to accompany it to really make it all flesh well and just beautifully as a whole, but that's just me. Overall I give the first episode a 6 and the second episode a 6. I just found it to be somewhat average, but at the end of the day, that's just how I personally feel with it. I do have to admit though, I like the ending of the episode. That was actually hilarious with Drasna, where she gets hit with the Bonnie gag and she actually approves of it. But like, I'm assuming she's approving it in like a funny like way, like not legitimately, which is hilarious.
No, I'll do that. It's like what, kind of like a kind of her character where it's like, what am I gonna do now? Right. It's kind of a halfway sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. Once again, it works with her character.
The odd energy and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. She has that what Tyrone said, gilf energy or some shit like that. So yeah, she's rocking that in that episode, bro. That's what I'm saying. She was the best thing about that episode. She was great. Yeah. So
Drasna, I was like, Drasna is like, I guess looks a bit older. Right?
No, she is
old.
Yeah, the only issue is that we've never seen her outside of just like that one moment in the X and Y game and this episode in the anime.
The G stands for grandmother.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. If you know MILF, you know GILF now. Congratulations, buddy. But so anything else to say off the top of my head? No, that's just it. So that's all I got to say on that. I guess whoever wants to go next, Tyrone or TSS, which out of the two would you like to go?
Chiron is going. Chiron is going.
All right, Tyrone. Then I will pass this on to you, buddy. I need to hear from you and your take on this episode as a whole. Everybody, I'm gonna go and take care of something in the background, but I will still have my headphones on, so I'll still be hearing. So Tyrone, whatever you got to say, go on ahead. And
I'm going to yield. I'm going to yield for Tyrone because I want to really hear his stuff because I know he speaks great stuff.
Okay. So also, by the way, the person who voiced Drasna, Hiranu Fumi, her VA is 66 apparently. So there you go. I don't know if that's a fun trivia there, but yeah, there you go. You got your VA trivia fact of the night. But anyway, Tyrone, if you are there, take it away, buddy. And let's see your side of the story, as given you're being seen as the X and Y stan of the group. What do you have to say about this two-parter? So, yeah.
So, to start this off, because I'm going to start this off by actually saying the good points. And I posted this on Twitter a while back. And this, I don't think this was intentional at all. But if you notice, Ash ends up fighting Wickstrom and Drasna, while Alon in the Mega Evolution specials, Mega Evolution Special Act 1 and Mega Evolution Special Act 3, oh no, Mega Evolution Special Act 4, I'm sorry, Alon ends up fighting Malva. So Alon fights Seabolt and Malva, while Ash fights Wickstrom and Drasna. So all four of Kalos' Elite Fours have been challenged at this point in the anime by two protagonists. One being from the actual XYZ series, the other being from the Mega Evolution special, which later combines into the XYZ series. I legitimately don't know how this became to be, and I will give Journeys a point for that, because while they did drunkishly stumble into this, I mean, yeah, and I say drunkishly to kind of match that, because Ash's fight against Wickstrom is more training, but he does have a battle against him. But it weirdly drunkenly stumbles itself into that weird level of coincidence. Ash and Alon do mirror each other several times throughout the series, so I am legitimately impressed that Journey somehow found a way to tie that bow together. Like, I'll give them a point for that only because it's weirdly rounded up that way. Again, I don't think that was their intention. I think they just lucked the fuck out and utilized the two Elite Four members that weren't used in XY, but that's only because there was no real place for them. You had major steel-type Pokemon like Aegislash being shown off by Shota, and then you had Metagross being shown off by Steven, so there wasn't really a way to glue them in, and Scizor wasn't important enough to be put in the plot yet, so they never needed them. So, and then Dragon types were mostly used by, like, other trainers, so Drasna was a moot point and wasn't really necessary for the grand scheme of the plot. So yay, Journeys did something right. And I will say this as well, making it a two-parter to the point where Ash has to do prep before the battle in order to fight Drasna is very reminiscent of the fact that in X and Y, Ash usually, at least in the beginning of the series, has to do prep for some of his beginning gym leaders. Ash fights Viola without doing any prep and gets his ass kicked. So he winds up doing prep after, using the cannon machine that Clemont makes in order to avoid sticky webs, using Alexa's Noivern in order to fight off against the gust attack that the Vivillon has, and then Grant's Rock Tomb, which was seen later in the Battle Chateau, and then learned so that Ash can learn Rock Tomb Climb. All of these are strategies that are taken before the gym challenge so that they can prepare for the gym challenge. Even with Karina, Ash tries a method of dancing with Tyranno, but it doesn't work out because that's not his battle style. So the prep there didn't work out, but it does still follow the formula. So we do have a consistency going with this, that the trainers have to prepare in order to fight the challengers, and thus the challengers themselves aren't the problem. You can't really rank these gym challenges as, oh, this trainer's stronger than the other. It's just they battle a certain way, and if you can't adjust to that way, then you're gonna get your ass kicked, period. So I do like the fact that they do that. Or at least I would completely praise that, but Ash apparently finds out he's fighting Drasna that episode rather than finding out beforehand. So there is no prep time for Drasna specifically. Ash just generically goes to Clemont to train. Now, I do like the fact that he goes to Clemont to train, only because, yes, it is good to see that Clemont is playing an active role in Ash's training that isn't just him fighting Clemont. Or him just fighting in order to get stronger and then eventually meeting the challenge itself. It's good to see that they're utilizing the formula of Clemont makes the invention that will benefit Ash later. They've done this before, so it is good to see. The problem here is, again, once we run into this, the machine serves its purpose and then is immediately ejected. It is not used at all. Now that I've given the good points, obviously I'm going into the shit that most people want to hear, but at the same time I'm saying because I'm obviously looking at this through the analysis standpoint and criticizing it. And there's another good side. I'm sorry, Bonnie's consistently good, but it's kind of hard to mess Bonnie's up. The only real way to mess Bonnie up at this point would be to have her act completely out of character. I'll comment about her civil play joke at the end because that happens at the end, but as for the most part, it is within Bonnie's character to do it, and it has been a while since she's done it. And the joke does take a turn this time rather than going the same direction it normally goes. However, I do like that Bonnie does one action that nobody mentioned yet. I like that she brings Ash a galet in order to eat. I like that. That's perfectly
No, somebody already brought it up.
Well, I do like the fact that she brings it in the consideration that Ash likes food, so it's the quickest way to him. A lot of people usually comment that Ash and Bonnie got the least amount of together time, mostly because their love of Pokemon has already been solidified and unanimous, so they didn't really need it. But I can see why people would complain about it. It is something that is noticeably jarring, so I'm glad that Bonnie shows to outwardly think of Ash. She does give Go some pointers on froakie by pretty much talking about its frubbles, which is good to show that she analyzes Ash's battles. Again, Bonnie was a very high-ranked character anyway, so the show would have to completely knock her out of character in order to screw her up, so it's good that they kept her consistent and they got her to the good points where she needed to be and then quickly got her out the way. At that point, she mostly serves as a moot point or just as an annoyance to Clemont, which is her role anyway. And I will say in the second episode, it feels a little obnoxious, almost kind of picking Clemont for the sake of picking on him, where Bonnie and X and Y didn't really do it to that high of a degree. She messed with Clemont, yes, but this was to a point where she was basically going, yeah, you suck, bro, you lost against Drasna. And I don't know, that felt very jarring to me. But to move to the downsides, I timed it. And I know we said 5 minutes, jokingly, but it does take 2 minutes and 30 seconds for Sirfetch'd to do that whole I'm gonna show off thrusting my leak thing, which is annoying. It eats up episode time. And while 2 minutes 30 seconds may not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, it adds up. When you add that along with the eye catcher, the opening, the ending, it pays a huge contribution to just wasting time. We already get it, and I don't think we needed that many repeated animations to show it off. Now, obviously, the big point of this being the results. We got here so quickly because most of the episodes chewed up by that. Also, we're forgetting one huge thing. Go! No one's really mentioned him, because he's not fucking important. He catches froakie undeservingly because he says he'll battle it, when battle means he'll dodge a frubble, then throw a Pokeball, and then he's let go immediately. That's it. He's done. He might as well have just hopped on that plane and fucking left. There is no point to go anymore. At this point, he just goes, wow, Ash is so strong and handsome. What a nice ass on Ash, everybody. The point is, like, Go just sorta is just Ash Cheerleader 2.0. in a worse perspective than Baneri, Pikachu, and Piplup in Diamond and Pearl, because at least they went through the trouble of wearing outfits. Go just sort of sits there and just goes, Ash! Yeah, he's impressive. That doesn't make for a good use of character. It's very clear that the problem is when you bring these characters back, you have to put Go in his shelf. Move, Go! You're a Journeys character. This is the X and Y time. So get out of here and get in your continuity shelf. You're not needed now. That's just a problem. And then obviously we're gonna get to Bunnelby. I'm getting to him, don't worry. Bunnelby. I know a lot of people on Twitter have also been going, Tyrone, what's the problem? You said that your criticism with Dawn is that her Pokemon didn't evolve. Now Bunnelby evolved and you're upset with that. Isn't that hypocritical? I've always looked at it like this. In the community, we've all sort of looked at certain Pokemon, whether they want to or don't want to evolve. We've sort of sectioned off which Pokemon do want to evolve or at least fit the mode of evolution with ones that don't. Bunnelby was very reminiscent of what Clemont is, outwardly and inwardly, more so than Chespin, especially more so than Chespin. Bunnelby was a very small, sweet, respectable, tiny, cute bunny Pokemon, which matches Clemont's personality. Even after his growth with Ash's battle, he is still matching the mold of that very shy, respectable, polite, nice boy. So the two match each other perfectly. Bunnelby didn't need to evolve. He's small, respectable, and polite, but he's still strong and gets stronger during the course of the journey. He's the most dependable, reliable Pokemon Clemont has on that team next to Luxray. So it makes very much sense that Bunnelby fits the mold. When Bunnelby evolves into a big, burly Diggersby, it just doesn't fit. This has happened a lot of times where a lot of Pokemon don't just evolve because they don't fit the mold of what the trainer they have will have. We can believe that Ash can have Corphish, but for him to have the dark, edgy, gritty version of it as Crawdaunt just doesn't work. That's why they didn't do it. Or even Buizel. Buizel's a small, fast, almost Pikachu-esque type Pokemon because it's sort of in the same vein. And it fights Floatzel, but Floatzel's just way too big and design-wise just doesn't fit. It's almost the same thing we talked about in the Best Wishes watch that we did a while back. Snivy matches Ash's team mold a lot better than Servine and Serperior, so it makes more sense that Snivy's in the Snivy form. There's certain Pokemon that even if they have no need to evolve or show to evolve, they do fit the mold and design-wise, and they make it up for the fact that Ash can exploit things in that form that other forms can't do. Ergo, Pikachu's faster than Raichu and Electric Shock Showdown because Pikachu learned its speedy type attacks and is smaller and more maneuverable. That makes sense. Dawn's situation, Cyndaquil evolves into Quilava during Best Wishes, so it has no qualms with evolving. It's a Pokemon that wants to move forward via evolution, so we get disappointed that it doesn't continue that arc with its next debut. It stays at Quilava and doesn't change at all. It's a Pokemon that doesn't need to follow that whole formula I said earlier with the trainer thing because Cyndaquil already broke that rule. It evolved. And with contests, they're vague and Pokemon can stay in whatever form they need to. But the point being is that Bunnelby evolving is definitely a design change that most people don't like because it doesn't gel with Clemont. But then I thought about this. Okay, Clemont's not permanent, so he's only showing up here. But then I realized something again. Oh, they wanted to show progression, but then they knock out the Pokemon with one fucking hit. So all of that goes down the river. And again, you've got a series known as X and Y that praises itself in the battles. The battles tell a story. It's choreography. And choreography tells just as much story as a dance, as an art form. It is a form of art that doesn't even require actual language. You know, in the X and Y episode, X and Y 8, when Pikachu gets blinded by some ink, the Inkay spreads, but Ash is able to maneuver Pikachu around anyway because Ash and Pikachu know each other well. It tells that story. They don't need to explain it. They do afterwards. But they don't need to explain it there because we can see what's happening. So that moves us through the battle, which, again, everybody already said this, so I'm going to skip over it. Drasna's the best part of it, the next episode. I love her personality. She's fine. She's safe. But the problem is that Drasna is definitely showing to have the upper hand in the entire fight. The whole fight is aiming towards her. Even if we take out of account that visually this battle just isn't pleasing, because there's too many stopping points, slowed down pace, and the momentum isn't right. None of the battle shows that Ash is winning. He's losing the whole time. Even in the one instance where he does show some strategy, where he has Dracovish use water gun on Altaria, the problem is that he doesn't compliment on it. He tries to, but dragon type moves don't work on fairy. So all that happens is he suffers for it. But he doesn't even suffer in the way that most trainers would suffer. If another trainer wound up doing that mistake against Ash, then Ash would turn it around and beat them. That Pokemon would be knocked out. But Dracovish has to stay alive for the fucking episode to happen, so it doesn't suffer its consequences. It just gets hit. And then Sirfetch'd comes out and just sort of finishes it up. And some people are going to go, but it got knocked out. That should make up for it, right? Absolutely the fuck not. It's allowed a free win for no other reason than this attack is very strong and it has to happen right now. And the struggle of learning a new move happens right then and there. Whereas in most situations with Pokemon, either the whole episode, the entirety of the episode, is a training montage with the Pokemon mastering it, but it still has a chance to fail, like Draco Meteor has several times.
I'm just thinking of Gibble's Draco Meteor.
Yep, I got you, Polly.
Which wasn't even one episode. It was like,
or even Pikachu's Volt Tackle, or for fuck's sake, it's Iron Tail and Hoenn. Like, they're like the fact that everything fits together so conveniently that Sirfetch'd can just use this move now because he needs to, because the show has to have an end. And again, like I said, battle choreography is important. A lot of people seem to forget that. Well, why do people say that our Pokemon got one-shotted? It's not necessarily that they got one-shotted. It's that Ash's attacks feel like they matter. When Ash's attacks do hits, which were very few times in this battle, they're the ones that did the most damage. They're the ones that caused the plot to move forward. Meanwhile, Drasna's getting successful hits in, and it doesn't matter. We wonder why? Because she's not the main fucking character. So the show can't have her win. You want to know what Journeys did? Journeys had to make Drasna look strong, so they had to build a state of tension, but they also had to make Ash win because his fucking number has to go up. And because his fucking number has to go up in the ranks, he can't lose here. We're in episode 104 of this series. He can't go backwards, which is sad in a tournament where theoretically he can go backwards. Ranking tournaments are made so that once you lower the rank, you still have the ability to go up. And they even experimented with that back then when Ash lost to B the first time and had this weakness against cephalopod Pokemon for some reason. That was kind of weird. So they had his rank go back down to normal class, making Karina's fight useless.
Dude, I had a question for you when you get a chance.
Okay, and then he had to rise back up. The best part about ranked tournaments and the fact that Ash has a new team is that he is allowed to make mistakes with his newly trained Pokemon and lose and then build his rank back up. The problem is they blew their load at the beginning of the fucking series, so now we have this situation where he can't go backwards. And this is why I said also don't linearize your narrative scope. Don't say, these are the strongest trainers in the world, and then proceed to have them all get beaten by Ash in an instant because his number needs to go higher. Ash, Sirfetch'd, and Dracovish weren't strong in this fight at all. They were given a state of contention and then allowed to move past it. That's what happened. The story didn't do a good job at all. And the problem I also have with this, like I said, is that usually story progression shows trainers, Pokemon, and progression by showing these things happen in tangent. Basically, it's in an order and a narrative graph. The same thing I said before. Introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, conclusion. But they didn't do any of that. It is introduction, climax, conclusion. It all happens at once. There is no rising action or falling action. Everything happens so quickly because the show can't move backwards. The pacing was all over the place, and now because of this, they have to show off these two Pokemon specifically, so we got this random 2v2 battle instead of a 3v3 battle, even though we're in the 9th fucking ranks at this point. Because these Pokemon need the development right the fuck now. These do. The story's on them right now. So we can't have any others interfere. They're given their necessary battle in order to show, look, Ash is using these Pokemon, see? The screen is telling you that. Look. And then afterwards, they win because fuck it. And then you expect me to sit there and go, yeah, I'll accept that. And then people start to wonder, why does there have to be this meticulous level of logic? I'm not saying that every battle has to have the Pokemon match each other blow for blow. Obviously, there's going to be variables and differences. Some Pokemon are naturally stronger than other Pokemon. That is believable. However, the choreograph is necessary to allow you to believe the course of what's happening in the fight. If we didn't follow that logic, then Ash could just have Pikachu use Thunderbolt on everything and just win. But that wouldn't be fucking entertaining now, would it? It would be chaotic. And more importantly, it would be boring. So when we look at these and people start and think, oh, well, you're looking too deep into it. I'm not looking too deep into it. Everybody has their reason of liking Pokemon, and watching the battles is important, especially considering the fact that the series has been focusing so much on what happens in these battles. I can debatably say that in OG and in Johto, the battles weren't as serious because they were mostly gearing towards comedy. But you can definitely see from Johto to AG and then onward, it's very clear they're taking a lot of things into account. Which type matchups happen, which abilities, which secondary effects happen on most of these attacks. Tail Whip isn't just fucking actually hitting someone, it lowers defense now and actual movement. There's strategy happening behind these. Drasna doesn't have freaking Altaria use Cotton Guard for no reason. She does it because she knows that its defense will go up. So when we put all of that into account, then obviously battles are important. So when you put in a battle where the Pokemon are getting the tar kicked out of them, and then they just win because, yep, we're at the 20-minute mark, it doesn't gel at all. And in and they're borrowing elements from a series that uses battles. So that's why this is a problem. And that's why even looking back at it, I gave it a lower rank than what I thought of giving it before. I was gonna give this shit a fucking 5 on both episodes. But sadly, for the first episode, I'll give it a 4.5, but the next episode unfortunately gets a 3, with Drasna being the only thing saving it.
You know, Tyrone, you know what this is? This is that scene in The Incredibles at the end when it's Dash, right?
Yeah.
He's in the race, and then like his family's like, oh, second, go for second. And that's basically Ash.
Oh
Ash
yeah, like
Dash.
make it look believable, not that believable. Go.
Oh yeah, at
For
the
so
end of
long, we wanted him to win, and now it's just like it feels cheap, I guess.
I don't know if this is, I don't know how much the writers listen to the community or like reviews or shit like that. I mean, I always view some shows have to like at least look at their reviews. They have to at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like part of this is the community's fault for having to put Ash on this whole he has to win every goddamn thing now.
Probably your popular influencers might be the
Probably,
doing.
because I've always felt like it's this weird pressure on Ash to have to be very consistent with wins now. Whereas back then, he was allowed to lose so long as he at least learned something from it and got better. But here, it feels like he has to win no matter what the circumstances, even if it doesn't make fucking sense. I knew that since I saw Ash counter with counter.
No, I was like, I had a question for you, Tyrone. Anyway,
That was
question.
yeah.
I
What
was
was the
like,
question?
my question was though, would it make more sense to you if Ash would have lost against Drasna?
I wouldn't have minded at all. I wouldn't have minded like him having to go, oh, I would have actually found that interesting. Like, oh, even though we learned the new moves, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, like it kind of would make more sense.
If
Like
anything, it would be reminiscent of what X and Y did already, where Ash got and Greninja got that new form and almost beat Diantha. They almost whooped the champion's ass if Team Rocket didn't interfere with that shit and Ash didn't fucking faint. But yeah, so Ash is thinking, oh, I got the new transformation. I'm the shit now. And then he loses to Alon, then loses to Shota, then loses to Wolfric. Like, oh, wait, but I got the new thing. I was supposed to win. It takes more than the new thing, idiot.
I know, but remember that also that tweet I think I sent to you on Saturday was like, I guess like the whole balance issue with it's like it feels like it's so off the balance lately. It just
Every
feels
battle
off
tells a story, and every battle tells a story. And when JPR said it kind of feels like Ash doesn't have strategy, he just wins to win, KG already nailed it on the hand. If this was a double battle and Ash was losing, and let's say Sirfetch'd tried to use the move in battle, because sometimes that happens where they try to use a move that they were training for in battle and it doesn't work out. It would have been really cool if it didn't work, if Meteor Assault just didn't work in the middle of the fight, and then Ash goes, what do I do now? That was my plan. And then he goes, wait a minute. Dracovish, bite on the leak, and then bites on the leak. Then the Meteor Assault happens to stabilize it. It's like a trick way of doing it. They didn't master
Ash's
it.
way of doing it. That's the most important thing. It's not just a way.
And then like while the Meteor Assault's happening, Ash goes, then combine it with Dragon Rush, and then it makes Meteor Rush or Dragon Assault or something.
Yeah, like
and then,
the speed of the assault attack with the power of the Dragon Rush mixing together.
Yeah, and then when you have them combined, then it could have been like this cool, like Sirfetch'd Dragon Dracovish thing. Like a drill thing. That would have been cool. That would have been fucking awesome.
The new Thunder's armor, you could say.
Yeah, and then it would have been believable because both Pokemon are training for that moment anyway. But no, we don't get that. The moves just work. Fuck it. There's no narrative story in this fight. It's Ash fucking... You know that example I just gave earlier before I got on my tangent where Pikachu got blinded?
Oh, yeah, that was from XY8.
Yeah. Imagine if that had happened in Journeys. In Journeys, Ash would have just said, oh, Pikachu, you're blind? Use the biggest Thunderbolt. Kill them. Now. And Pikachu would be like, where? Just use Thunderbolt. And then he wins, because, the big attack hit the Bond.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Yeah, and obviously I took long, and I apologize for that, but I did most of this in my review. Yeah, I did most of this in my review, which I'm uploading soon, so get ready for that. But go ahead, TSS, because I know you're going to counter this.
Yeah, you're right. But there's one thing that I want to say. Everybody's here. We like to give our own thoughts and opinions, and like I said, we don't see eye to eye, but I respect everybody's opinions. Very good, very great points for everybody here tonight. So let's start from the beginning here. So at the beginning of the broadcast, there is a logo that comes up, and it says Pocket Monster vs Shiten no 1 jikan battle special. So the point of the review is, was this statement true? And I will get to that in a few moments. So let's start at the beginning of the episode. So, I was watching this the second time, and I was hearing some random stuff in the background as Satoshi and Go were going down the escalator at the airport. And I found out. So if you remember from the Ghost Train review, I said that some guy must have rode the 6 train and recorded the R62A trains for the sound effects, right? So in the background, as they're going down the escalator, you hear a flight announcement for Air New Zealand Flight 127 to Melbourne. So somebody was in Auckland Airport and recorded that shit and put it into a Pokemon episode. That's fucking weird, man.
Oh.
But I like that touch. Oh. But there we go. So then we get to the point where you see Drasna on screen. And one of the weird things that I found was that once the interview was over, first of all, they at least they established the damn character in the first part, and didn't freaking do a Marnie and freaking just introduce and shoved everybody into fucking 20 minutes. least they did. At least they had the service to actually do that. But my thing was, Satoshi has no reaction when Diantha appears on the screen at the end of that. I'm wondering if there was a dialogue it was either maybe Satoshi wasn't thinking about it, maybe he was clueless, or maybe he was oblivious, or maybe they were intending to maybe he was going to react to it and they changed it at the last minute, because you see a shot of him referencing Leon. That was kind of weird. So let's go to the next part. So I didn't write this down, but first of all, I'm indifferent about Go catching a froakie. It was just a reference, and also it was just a vehicle to meet up with Eureka, and that was it. So whatever, I feel indifferent about it. So now we get to Sirfetch'd trying to learn the meteor. Sorry, See, I have it written down here. My freaking meteor assault. You see, I have it right in front of my face, but it's freaking midnight. So you have this whole thing. So first, I just want to say, so Sirfetch'd getting hooked up to the Poke motion capture machine reminds me of the episode X, Y, and Z 23, where Satoshi fights Citron before he fights Alon. While the wavelengths of Satoshi and Gekko are projected on a holographic image, that kind of reminded me of that, because the second I saw that happen and I was saying, okay, that reminds me of that episode. And by the way, in the dub, they played fucking 2 dub tracks at the same time, which doesn't fucking make any sense. Go check that out. That's bad. So now we get to. So now let's take this into perspective. So I'm gonna skip around here. So let's go straight to the practice fight, and then we're gonna go to my thoughts about this whole thing with Sirfetch'd and Drakovich later. So the practice fight with Citron was to establish that Sirfetch'd and Drakovich work well together, and in that respect, I thought it was fine since it was a practice fight. And then Drakovich, seeing how Sirfetch'd was channeling its power, it learned Dragon Rush by focusing its power in the same manner. So, also, this kind of thing, and I'm going to reference it later, there's going to be a reason why I reference it later, the relationship between Sirfetch'd and Drakovich working so well together and actually referencing, and also keeping Drakovich's character like it likes to clamp down on things. That was really nice. And then we have so go with the let me just look up my notes here. I think this was, hold on a second. Oh yeah, so then Sirfetch'd is able to control its power thanks to Drakovich to learn Meteor Assault, and I did like that little bubble with Go interacting, Go saying that there was a training wheels analogy, and I did like Go and Citron's interaction in that case, 2 introverts heading together. I thought that was nice. So now the next episode comes along, the actual fight. What I found interesting was when Drasna interacted with Satoshi before the fight. I thought it was a nice touch because it establishes her character as kind of like a passive aggressive, where you have Altaria hugging Pikachu while Drasna nearly destroying Satoshi's hand when she handshakes him. And also the glares as well, and I really like that. They really established her character well in the limited time that they had. And going to the battle, I'm not going to reference everything because we've already done that, and also it defeats the purpose of an opinionated review. In my eyes, the battle was more well balanced than the previous fights, and the visuals were great. However, as I mentioned on the B fight, for me, there was really no wow moments in terms of the sound effect audio. Like, for example, on B's fight, they had that left to right channel pan during the Sirfetch'd versus Hawlucha fight. And while I liked things such as the battlefield destruction and some of the choreography, like, for example, Altaria's Cotton Guard blocking the Ice Fang and then the Dragon Pulse and Dragon Rush at the end, for me, the B fight had some better moments for me visually, like, for example, the Mega Lucario sequence. They were more visually appealing, and some of the stuff in the Dynamax fight as well with Machamp that looked better than what was shown here. But I did enjoy that the back and forth narrative was more balanced, in my opinion. Now the fight here against Drasna was better, but I felt that B's fight had more impressive moments for me personally. So, and then another case is having Dragovich and Surfetch roots for each other after getting knocked out. And this, I think, is a foreshadow to maybe a potential double battle situation during the Masters 8. I can definitely see that happening because they would not, I would imagine that they would not waste 40 minutes building up all this shit just to do nothing. I would imagine that there is going to be some sort of double battle situation.
I've been watching the same series.
Yes, we are watching the same series because I made that freaking, I'm watching the same series as you. I'm analyzing it in my own way. So I would imagine that there is going to be some sort of double battle because they would not be putting this together if they didn't have any intentions on that, because that would be a waste of time. Also, as I mentioned many times, and this is going off script again, the reason why they do the kind of like repetitive things is because they've been doing that kind of repetitive thing. And also having Eureka doing the cheer thing with her arm. Again, it's for the smaller kids and to keep the attention span going. That's been going since OS. So I wasn't fazed by that personally. Diggersby though, I don't, I really don't have any comments for that. It was just a practice battle to show that they worked, that they have moves together. That was all. I mean, you take it as it is, but for me, I felt indifferent. So with that being said, so now Satoshi's at rank 9, so the next one will probably be for the Masters 8. So let's talk about Citron and Eureka for a second. And for me personally, since XY is, towards the middle for me in terms of what I rank on the tier maker, it ticked off the boxes for their appearance, for the tropes. Citron makes the machines, has Citronic gear on. Satoshi reacts with Kagaku no chikara te tsuge, or the, science is so amazing. And the machine overloads and then explodes, and then Eureka has her Oni-chan no oyome-san ni s'il vous plaît with Drasna. And for that, I feel that those boxes ticked it off in my personal opinion. So again, that's how I look at things. I know that there are a lot of flaws. A lot of people see the flaws in this fight, and I really respect that. But like I said, coming from my perspective, I thought it was well balanced, and I did like the tension moments. And to be fair, when Altaria and Surfetch clashed, you saw that they hit both at the same time, and since Surfetch was already damaged, it knows it was going to go down, because probably due to the paralysis, a temporary paralysis from the next move, that's when it probably was like down. So, but this two-party was to establish that I guess that Dragovich and Surfetch are going to have a double battle, at least in the next and upcoming in the Masters 8. And they had to hit to Diantha, but like I said, I feel very strange that Satoshi didn't acknowledge it. But yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to give the first episode 8.5 and the second one 9.1, and that's an average of 8.8. Like I said, the fight, while the fight for me was better than the B fight, the B fight impressed me more in terms of the visuals and the audio cues. And also hearing the X and Y BGM as well during the first episode being well mixed, that was also a nice touch as well. Like I said, just to see Eureka and Citron's characters come out and being themselves and really like and with all of the interactions, I enjoyed that. So that is my score. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly explain the first broadcast stuff before we hand it back off. So in the special, they announced that 25 lucky viewers will score a prize package of a Monkole Pikachu, a Satoshi's Pikachu plush, and a Ne Hello Pika, which is the talking interactive Pikachu toy, by gathering the 5 katakana keywords that were shown on the screen throughout the special. And if you dial the correct number, you get a special message along with an entry. Now, also, Super Effective Type version 1 was played with credits of both episodes with the merged cast list being shown at the same time. And also, they showed the trailer that was posted on YouTube. I think it was like a 1 minute and 30 seconds. That was done in lieu of the preview. So that's my opinion. But like I said, you guys, I always like hearing what other people think. But that's what I think. I think that there's going to be some sort of double battle coming up in the Masters 8. Because, like I said, they wouldn't do that. So.
I want to also go back to something, too, that probably adds to the whole disdainment of Bunnelby evolving into Diggersby.
Right,
so
go ahead.
In Pokemon XY, episode 88, that episode in America's titled The Trip Down Memory Train, which I think is a better pun than the actual episode. The episode's titled Memories of the Train, Clemont and Bunnelby.
Right.
Anyway, in that episode, it does that thing that most Pokemon that don't evolve do. And it's that thing where they fight their evolution and either tie or beat it. And Bunnelby does that with Diggersby in that episode. So it was kind of already following a pattern that most unevolved Pokemon traditionally do, where they beat the snot out of their evolved Pokemon just to show that they don't need to do it. Even if they never had a need to evolve or not evolve, that kind of usually solidifies for us that they don't need to. I believe Weasel did it with Floatzel, Corphish did it with Crawdaunt, Krogunk does it with Toxicroak, although I don't think Krogunk wants to evolve. Yeah, but it's that pattern. So that's probably another tack on the whole we don't want Bunnelby to evolve situation. Yeah. And I was even able to let it slide considering the fact that, again, Clement's not a permanent member of Journeys. He was an XY, so they kept Bunnelby a Bunnelby for the series that he's in. And Journeys, he's showing up for a few times, and that's going to be about it from what we see of him. So they did that as a quick way to show progression happen. But the problem is, Diggerby's pathetic. The only personality they show off is him training against Lucario, which Bunnelby was never really that social. If you actually looked at XY, you would see that he's actually quite the introvert Pokemon.
Kind of matched Citrons, yeah.
Because it matched Clement, and it also allowed for Eevee's development with Serena. Serena's Eevee only trusted Bunnelby because they were both introverts. We have to stick together. Here, it just turns into this giant, big, burly Diggersby that winds up having a little bit more bark than its bite, and ends up getting its ass whooped. So I can see how that would definitely be jarring on all sides. And it definitely hurts Clement's character because, one, he loses his iconic Pokemon in favor for this out-of-place Pokemon, and it doesn't even show any results for it. It gets its ass handed to it. And that's why people... Yes, I understand personalities change when Pokemon evolve, but this one was so intrinsic with Clement's character that it did nothing but disingenuize the character rather than progress it. This doesn't help Clement. It hurts him.
Okay.
So,
Very good. Yeah. Very good. I'm not going to talk about. There was a 25th anniversary trailer that was also posted on Twitter. It was 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Like I said, I did not watch that, so I'm probably going to have comments for that next week.
Okay. I'll briefly touch upon it because it did come out and I did watch it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad, and especially, I didn't even tackle the whole Serena not being there thing. Now, I've made several comments that I don't want Serena to come back, and this was just Ash reminiscing on Clement, Bonnie, and his adventures in Kalos, basically. So there's a little image, and I kind of feel a little certain way about the fact that they get everybody else gets full picture images. Meanwhile, Clemont, Bonnie, and the others get like transparent ones, whatever. But they show up in the episode, so I guess that's why. He only shows them. And the problem with that is that this show, Journeys, is supposed to be a love letter to every series, apparently. So imagine watching Journeys without watching the other series. At this point, you just think, oh, Ash only traveled with these people then, right? When fucking Serena was there the whole goddamn time. It misrepresents XY's traveling crew, which is an iconic traveling crew. These four are known as, like, they're the Kalos family. And I could speak for like KG when I say that the cast, a family means more importantly than anything else.
Yeah,
if you erase everything else, a cast helps the series because it shows that these people have traveled together, or in Sun and Moon's case, hung out together. Like, when you fuck with that formula and misrepresent it by not showing Serena, you've devalued it. Even in Unova, when they showed off representation for that, when Iris shows up, they still show Silent off.
He's in the background, but they show him.
He's in the background, but they show him. So why does XY get this shitty treatment?
No, specifically, why does Serena?
But I'm saying with her getting that bad treatment, the entire crew
the entire X and Y series
not complete. I know we make jokes about it, but it's still disingenuous with the fact that she's not there because it misrepresents what the group was. I remember everybody that traveled with me in Kalos. Clemont, Bonnie, and that's it. Like, no, fuck that. Like her or hate her, Serena was a part of that group. So when you show off that image, you're fucking over an entire dynamic. For nothing more. It would be like if Ash went, hey, Misty, remember when you and I traveled to Kanto with no one else? You see how fucked up that is?
Yeah, the funny thing is though, they only showed that image to show that they're only meeting up with two of them.
Yeah, but Iris is. But I look back at Iris and they showed Silent.
But here's the thing: they were specifically saying that they were going to meet up with those two, and that's why they showed.
It does not matter.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does because it's not because
they went through the trouble to. Okay, then why is Ash in the picture with his XY clothing? They did that specifically to show off that he traveled with them to Kalos. If you don't show the whole group, then it's disingenuous.
That's what they decided. Fine.
Hell, even in Diamond and Pearls as well. Like when Brock wasn't there, they still showed him.
They still mentioned Brock too.
But the thing is though, 5 minutes later, that though they were going to meet up with those two. So in effect, it is the truth.
Okay, minutes later, he meets up with Iris. He talks about Iris. Yeah, and Silent's in the picture. They could have easily etched him out.
Maybe they're telling something that we don't know. So again,
but that's the point. But then we wind up in this exact same situation. The wait and see shit that Journeys keeps doing in our faces. When's Zapdos coming back? That's what I thought.
Good for you.
Wait, we were expecting Zapdos to come back?
Well, because remember, the argument with Zapdos is it's coming back. Remember? Mewtwo, it's coming back. All this shit has been put on hold. We're in episode 104.
I guess we might see Suicune soon.
Well, we are seeing Suicune. It was already confirmed in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, but at this point, the only reason we're seeing Suicune is because the show went up. I guess it's time for Suicune now.
Also, it's already caught, so they kind of could play around with it.
Yeah, but they didn't use it in all the other times he could have been used.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're there and I'm here. Good.
Mm-hmm. But anyway,
awesome.
It's
let's get going because I have to go to the bank. So let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Don't worry. All right. Well, that was a.
All right. So before we end things off, I'm just gonna say my thing. No streams for me. Well, KG mentioned that he's not gonna have any streams on the weekend. I'm not doing it either. My stuff is coming next week, so stay tuned for that.
What I'll do is, because KG and TSS aren't doing something, I'll be proactive and do something just to sort of like keep you.
Thank you.
Have you guys like to maul you all over before, so that TSS and KG can get back. Yeah. Basically, to give you something to chew on before while they're in their absence.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, just to clarify once again, chat. Thursday and Friday, I will not be here. on the twitch.tvs. I will be hanging out with some buddies for the next couple of days. So I will not be present here. But Terrell is streaming. Tyrone is streaming. Make sure to go check their shit out. But I will be here tomorrow and on Wednesday. Just to clarify, because tomorrow is one of our buddies' birthdays, she requested a Animal Crossing New Horizons stream, which I happen to have the game.
Happy birthday, Nessa.
Yes, and actually it's already
thank
past
you.
the 12 o'clock.
Yes, we are.
Happy
past.
birthday in the Eastern timeline.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Eastern side of the
Like
story.
still like about 28 minutes.
Exactly. For us, though, we can say happy
Yeah.
birthday. We're from the future. Yeah, so don't
Yeah,
worry.
and Nessa, and you and I's timeline, you're still the age you are now.
Yeah.
You'll feel the effects in 28 minutes. Don't worry, buddy.
I know.
But yeah, so
Arthritis. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ, my bad. No, but in all sincerity, happy birthday! And yeah, tomorrow
Happy
we're going to be
birthday.
doing an Animal Crossing stream. That will happen at 9 EST. Yeah, because I think you said, Nessa, you were going to be a little busy with some stuff, so we're going to take care of that at 9 o'clock. So 9 p.m. EST, we will be having fun with the crossings of the animals. So if you guys also in the chat want to come in and join in on the Animal Crossing funds, if you guys happen to have Animal Crossing,
thank
you're
you,
more than
Joker.
welcome to do that. So yeah, it'll be open for everybody that can come through. So let's make it a fun Animal Crossing stream for Nessa. Why don't we for tomorrow?
Yay.
On Wednesday though, it will be a Pokemon Coliseum shenanigans once again because I'm still continuing on that adventure. And then Thursday and Friday, once again, nothing for me. But Tyrone, what's your shenanigans for tonight? With this week?
Tomorrow, I will be doing some. I will not be able to join because I don't have
The crossings.
the crossings of the animal. But instead, I'll be doing some Smash Brothers stuff. So I'll actually be meeting with some peeps there and doing some Smash Brothers stuff. And then on Wednesday, I gotta do the finishing Duelist of the Rose season 3 part final 3. We're finishing Duelist of the Rose.
You did an Attack on Titan, buddy.
Yeah,
didn't you?
we're doing an Attack on Titans final season part 3.
Which is called Final.
in the defense, Duelist of the Rose is a hard fucking game, so we
No
didn't
excuses. You gave fans the expectations you were supposed to commit. How dare you?
Well, yeah, but again, like I said, that game's hard as fuck.
I know.
So, but yeah, so we're doing that on Wednesday, and then I believe, are we back at Monster Hunter on Thursday?
I'm not here, so don't ask me.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah,
I gotta
no
think
Thursday,
of-
no Friday, no
Oh
Saturday.
fuck, I gotta think of something for us to do then.
No, Tyrone, we can still do Monster Hunter.
Yeah, we did it one time without KG. We can do it again.
Hey, listen, the excuse was I was almost dying, so that was it.
That's
I
true.
mean, we weren't. I mean, we didn't hold it against you. to be
I
fair.
know. I'm just saying
I
the
kinda
reason
did.
why the last time is all.
Well, Tyrone, you do that anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So we'll be doing Monster Hunter with Terrell. Also, hey Terrell.
All right.
So yeah, and then Friday I'll be doing another stream. I don't know what of yet, but I'll do something else on Friday just to have you guys give the community something to chew on. I'll probably actually wind up doing the episode reaction. Fuck it, why not?
Yay.
Yeah, I'll run it.
You might want to talk with Emmy about that then.
I am gonna talk with Emmy.
Yeah.
We can do it ourselves. We don't need KG.
I mean, he's just a vehicle for the. For the
It'll have all the yees and lagooses and buddies and all that shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
to be fair,
Have you heard that probably?
KG's only a vehicle for the fandom. He's not actually the
Unless we stream a reaction.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier at the beginning of the stream. I said if we could talk with the buddies over there and see if maybe we'll do a live reaction, like with bootleg 13 cameras. So yeah,
It's time to bring
theoretically
your
it's still
camera.
possible. We just won't have the nice clean setup we always have. Like with
I like this better. It builds character interaction and development with me and Emmy.
Yeah, it gives me
yeah,
more of
you're,
that.
it's like
It's
X and
like-
Y. You never interact.
Yeah,
that
this is
much.
the Tyrone. This is the Tyrone Emmy episode.
It's Ash and Bonnie getting.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. The X and Y thing.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
That'll be too chaotic, KG. That's exactly why I want to do that. Imagine having 13 people react to one goddamn episode. Nobody's gonna understand
You
anything.
mean 12?
13. No, there's a whole
I
joke
don't
with
know
that.
if they'll
But yeah, so
But 12.
no, there's a joke behind it. That's why I said 13.
I know.
I know it's 12, but it's 13 in my heart. But 64, yeah, we'll do 64 people. There you go. So it's gonna be
We're gonna
a
pretend,
chaotic
so we're Yeah, so we're gonna pretend that this is a Battlefield server. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a battle of who the hell can say whatever the hell they want to say during the commentary on this shit, while not having the episode be on
Q
camera.
Nagatoro sus blowing microphones out here. Yeah.
I better be there. Be there or be square, buddy. Well, once again, we don't know. No confirmations, no guarantees. We'll talk about it more in the coming days. I think we're supposed to be talking once again, so I might bring that up when the time comes. So,
Yay.
with that chat, I am sure that now we're done. So I want to thank everybody here in this call, to Tyrone, to TSS, to Polly, to Nessa, to Terrell, all the way over there in the background. So there you go.
He is small.
Yeah, he's small. I think we can put him back to big size now. So yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Now he's much bigger.
Yeah, now he's much bigger. He this big. So yeah.
Now he's a big boy again.
Now he's a big boy again. Yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gents, we hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. We hope you guys had a fun time, and we hope that you guys will come back again for more silly shenanigans with the PokePod world on Monday nights at 10 p.m. EST. If you guys ever want to see our silly shenanigans, and if you want to see what will go down potentially with this rumored episode speculation shit we had at the beginning, if you thought tonight was bad, if that shit happens, shit.
I'm gonna have to get like the strongest cola that I can get.
Yeah, because we're gonna be there for like 5 hours for Serena's character alone if they fuck her up.
We need caffeine.
We'll definitely know about it on Friday when Twitter blows up.
No, I'm gonna make sure to avoid that shit like the plague.
I'm avoiding. What I'm gonna do is I'm avoiding that. I'm gonna get the video stuff on my stuff and.
I know that's gonna be fire.
Watching a bus or some shit. I don't know.
Nice catch, Joker. The Toblerone girl. All right, then. So what do you guys say? We go wrap it up for tonight.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's finish this.
Yes. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in for tonight. We hope you guys had a fun time. If you have yet to do so, make sure to follow us here on the Twitch platform. Make sure to follow my buddies as well. Make sure, if you have the ability to subscribe as well using Twitch Prime and any other forms of way to subscribe to the channel if you like to. Of course, you get access to some cute little emotes too that you can use. Follow us over at the PokePod World on YouTube to watch all the previous sessions that we've done thus far, amongst many other things too. And yeah, we hope you guys have a wonderful week, evening. We'll see you guys again tomorrow here on this channel for Crossing of the Animals. We'll see how that plays out. And yeah, not much more to say. I hope you guys had a wonderful 25th anniversary with the anime. Clearly all of us did. So we hope you guys did too. So yeah, take care. And as always, as TSS would say,
wash your fucking hands.
Thank you, buddy. And we'll speak again soon in whatever video we make. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. And thank you for the birthday wishes.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
My life.
Yes.